This European cricket event is proudly brought to you by HCL Software, Rado, 1xBet and Victorinox.
Good morning, cricket lovers, and welcome to a very wet, damp and soggy Bologna. This is the Fabio Fabbri Cricket Ground, and we were hoping to bring you 4 matches here today. A bit later on this afternoon, we were hoping to start with the Group B matches, but at the moment, as you can see, the weather has not given up. It's rained all through the night, and as you can see, it still hasn't stopped. It's been quite heavy. There are a lot of puddles around the ground, and some parts of the pitch also have been affected. What that does mean is that this match we were hoping to bring you between Friends 11 and Fresh Tropical, quite an important match because these two teams are at the moment first and second in the table, and of course the winner of this match would also retain top spot, and that would mean that they get an automatic pass through to the qualifier, which of course means giving you a second chance when it comes to finals day. But currently we once again, like we were for the last 2 matches yesterday, are playing the waiting game. All we can do at the moment is hope that the rain does stop. It is forecasted to stop in a few hours time, but as you can see, there is a lot of work that has to be done. I mean, I know that the players are keen and every effort will be made to remove as much water as we can, but we also need nature to play its part as well. The sun needs to come out and things need to start to dry out. So at the moment, it's playing the waiting game, I'm afraid. But of course, you don't have to wait to see any cricket here on the European Cricket Network. If we can't play it, we'll show you some other format. And we're going to go back to 2023. It was April as well. This is a really good classic match when Trentino Aquila were taking on the Cricket Stars. So enjoy the classic match. In the meantime, keep an eye on the bottom of your screens. And if there are any further updates about this first match or any play here today, I naturally will come on board and let you know.
Match 12 between Trentino Aquila and Cricket Stars, and that's a good toss to win for Cricket Stars, putting Trentino in, and they'll want to get a better start than they did against the very impressive Brescia CC. So for Trentino, they lost 2 quick wickets early. I think that some of these batsmen, Adil Ahmed and Rajmani Singh, will want to get a good start for them. Awais was the pick of the batsman in the last game, and as you can see, the expected score is pretty even. Again, at this point of the tournament, it's a little bit difficult. Of course, Trentino Aquila have lost 1 game. Cricket Stars, well, we'll see what comes out of them. They are very, very well rated, and I'm sure they'll be up in the top few teams in this tournament. But Trentino Aquila, they've travelled a long way to be here, and they want to get some points on the board. They've got their chance. They need a good start though, and they need to get a few runs, more runs than they did in the last game. But they were affected. There was some excellent bowling up top in the last game by Javed Mohammed, with superb swing bowling, unplayable deliveries. But Cricket Stars, they're a different animal. And that's their first game of the series. They have a couple of men back, 1 at cow corner and 1 patrolling the offside square. Regular standard ring field, quite spread apart actually. Plenty of singles on offer. They want a good good start here. Rajmani Singh and Adil Ahmed. And it will be Shekhawat, the opening bowler for Cricket Stars, as they start their tournament. I said, one of the fancied teams here, but so many good teams in this tournament. Just waiting on As I mentioned, all the games played in Milan. This tournament, we're not going to Brescia. So it's a concentration of the best teams in Northern Italy. Here's the first ball. Well left outside of stump. Good zip from the bowler. Good line and length to start with, but well left. And you can see just a great line and length. Ball moving away as well. And it will move early, both in the air and off the pitch. It'll be good to get bat on ball for the batsman. And again, this one's down leg side. First run on the board for Trentino Aquila. Rajmani Singh. Yeah, he'll want to get some runs. Got a beauty from Javed Mohammed in the first game, and similar bowler, I think, here. Chekawat as he comes in again. That's whipped off his toes. Lovely shot, and that'll be 4 runs. Great shot there from Lovepreet. Just playing for that swing was the bowler, and it didn't go. Just too far on the leg side, and it's whipped around the corner. Very nice no-risk shot there from Lovepreet. Good start so far from Trentino. And they, as I said, they were rocked early in their first game. In the first innings, lost 2 in the first over. Something a bit different now. Well played. And let's look for a single, bit of confusion. Nothing in it though, and keeper goes down, throws the ball away in anger. No harm done. It's Nasir Ramzan there behind the stumps. I don't know, look at it. It's a bit of a collision. So here comes Shekhawat again. On to Lovepreet. Just hit back to the bowler. Good tight bowling. It's just that one on leg side and the wide. He was playing for the swing. It was Shekhawat, and it just didn't happen. Of course, the swing is one of those funny things where sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. He's a good bowler, is Shekhawat. Zippy action. Swings down leg side again, tucked around the corner. Just a single. Actually went to that short mid-wicket area, which is a very interesting fielding position here in T10 cricket. It's both an attacking and a defending position, I feel. It's a little bit wide as well. Anything that's mishit on the inside edge can go as a catch in that area. There's a bowler again. Pushed away, just down to the gully region, no run. And that's the end of a pretty even over. It's a nice 4 hit by Lovepreet, but pretty tight from Shekhawat. And at the end of the first over, it's 6 for no loss. Vinny, interesting little start there.
Yeah, sure is. Trentino Aquila, certainly better than the start they had last time. And Adil Ahmed survived his first ball. Don't want to put the jinx on any players, but we do have the Diamond Derek Duck ready to go. We haven't seen it tabooed yet. But look, Cricket Stars, always exciting to see them. They've recruited well. Of course, they're led by Lovepreet Singh, a different Lovepreet Singh to the Lovepreet Singh that's batting. But look, again, always takes a bit of time to get into it, I'm sure. Sukraj Singh's going to bowl over number 2. And he's a pretty handy bowler. Again, when I look at Cricket Stars, just see no weak links with what they're doing. But anyway, let's see what happens over number 2.
Just inside edge, bit of confusion, and the fielder couldn't quite pick it up. It's a bit of an uncertainty with the 2 batsmen. It did go straight to the fielder, but some of these other teams that are drilled maybe would have taken that single.
Yeah, not too many excuses for misfields, I think, on this field. It's pretty flat. The ball kind of slows down on its way to you. Often the misfields come when you kind of snatch a bit. But yeah, this is well bowled by Sukraj. As he just bustles in, gets a little bit out of the way movement. We saw a lot of swing first up this morning, then just disappeared, didn't it?
It did. So, Vinny, a question I'm going to ask you. I'm sure some of the viewers might be asking the same question. We'll come back to that. After Sakrash bowls the next ball. It's hit down the ground. Lovely shot. And that's 4 runs. Very nice shot. Just a half volley. Picked it early. And they're pretty hard to play, those on drives.
He's actually played this shot really well today, and he accounts for the swing, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And kind of, accounts for it and cracks it down the ground. Nice shot.
So the question I was going to ask is, a lot of these players have names on their backs that don't match their real names.
Yeah, okay.
Now,
Good. Murray.
just been poked out into the covers. No run again. Some teams would have really gone for that. And it's just not putting any pressure on the field, I think. Now, I know that in Prague, Arshat Hayat, who you know well, lovely guy.
Yeah.
He has Yusufzai on his shirt, but his last name is Hayat. All right. Now, is it a tribute? Is it a nickname? It's not really a nickname for Arshat. I know that. This is just going down to third man, very edgy, and ball watching as well. We'll go for 4. Not running the first one hard are the Trentino batsmen.
Yeah, it's interesting. This field's definitely quickened up a touch since the start of the day. I don't think that was going 4 earlier in the day. I think, look, most of the time, you've got to realise some of these players have got multiple names. So the names they elect to use on screen may not be the same as the name they have on the back of their shirt.
Okay.
So I'll give you an example. Bilal Hamid from Fresh Tropical, he has
Yeah.
Chima on his shirt. Chima is one of his names that he uses.
Yeah. And at the end of the first over, it's 6 for no loss. Vinny, interesting little start there.
Yeah, sure is. Trentino Aquila, certainly better than the start they had last time. And Adil Ahmed survived his first ball. Don't want to put the jinx on any players, but we do have the Diamond Derek Duck ready to go. We haven't seen it debuted yet. But look, Cricket Stars, always exciting to see them. They've recruited well. Of course, they're led by Lovepreet Singh, a different Lovepreet Singh to the Lovepreet Singh that's batting. But look, again, always takes a bit of time to get into it, I'm sure. Sukraj Singh's going to bowl over number 2. And he's a pretty handy bowler. Again, when I look at Cricket Stars, just see no weak links with what they're doing. But anyway, let's see what happens over number 2.
This one's a inside edge, bit of confusion on the fielder, couldn't quite pick it up. It's a bit of an uncertainty with the 2 batsmen. It did go straight to the fielder, but some of these other teams, better drilled, maybe would have taken that single.
Yeah, there's not too many excuses for misfields, I think, on this field. It's pretty flat. The ball kind of slows down on its way to you. Often the misfields come when you kind of snatch a bit. But yeah, this is well bowled by Sukraj as he just bustles in, gets a little bit out of the way movement. We saw a lot of swing first up this morning, but that just disappeared, didn't it?
It did. So, Vinny, a question I'm going to ask you. I'm sure some of the viewers might be asking the same question. We'll come back to that after Sukraj bowls the next ball. It's hit down the ground. Lovely shot, and that's 4 runs. Very nice shot. Just a half volley. Picked it early. And they're pretty hard to play, those on drives.
He's actually played this shot really well today, and he accounts for the swing, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And kind of, accounts for it and cracks it down the ground. Nice shot.
So the question I was going to ask is that a lot of these players have names on their backs that don't match their real names.
Yeah, okay.
Now,
good inquiry.
Just been poked out into the covers. No run again. Some teams would have really gone for that. It's just not putting any pressure on the field, I think. Now, I know that in Prague, Arshad Hayat, who you know well, lovely guy.
Yeah.
He has Yusufzai on his shirt, but his last name is Hayat. All right. Now, is it a tribute? Is it a nickname? It's not really a nickname for Arshad. I know that. This is just going down to third man, very edgy, and a ball watching as well. We'll go for 4. Not running the first one hard are the Trentino batsmen.
Yeah, it's interesting. This field's definitely quickened up a touch since the start of the day. I don't think that was going for earlier in the day. I think, look, most of the time, you've got to realise some of these players have got multiple names. So the names they elect to use on screen may not be the same as the name they have on the back of their shirt. Okay. So I'll give you an example. Bilal Hamid from Fresh Tropical, he has Chima on his shirt. Chima is one of his names that he uses. If we get to the end of the second over, the score is 14 with that loss after 2. Yeah, sometimes it's a nickname though. Sometimes it's all of those things. You know. But yeah, it's not meant to be confusing. That's the thing. Occasionally we'll kind of cover a name if we think it's going to cause confusion. But yeah, I'll give you another example. Rajmani Singh here often goes by Rajmani Sandhu, actually. So that's just one of those things. Good observation though. Cricket Stars, the 11th team to play, and they inherit 7th spot on the back of 4 teams below them, having no points and therefore a negative run rate. But you know they'll fancy their chances of getting up there in the top 4. And they've never won a title on the ECN. But they did. I do suppose they won their week, which probably counts, in Bologna last year. We saw them. And like I said, 2 years ago, they struggled a bit when we saw them briefly. And then Lovepreet, the captain, went to work building what he thought was a champion team. And to be honest, they were. But yeah, the Super Series is tough. And they had a few hardships, including all of their kit getting stolen on a Tuesday morning, forcing the postponement of their 2 games on the Tuesday in Super Series.
That's a bit rough.
Yeah, well, it's a bit rough too, because this is picked up and it's out of the ground. Adil Ahmed says, well, no more ducks for me, thanks. This is what I can really do. Maximal. And he takes Dipendra Shekhawat deep. What a shot.
That was absolutely launched. He looked a bit late on the shot at the start. It just played through the line, and that's a beautiful shot just to get him settled a bit. So, yeah, it's there's so many good teams in this tournament. I'll come back to it. This one's hit straight again, and that's another 6. That's as straight as an arrow. Beautiful shot. And it's pretty much a half volley from the bowler. Dispatched. Yeah, there are so many good sides in this tournament. I mean, you look at Albano. Albano lost 2 games. They got beaten by Chivadate, who are probably not one of the favoured teams.
Yeah. And
Chivadate hit 143. And it's anyone's tournament, and it's such a condensed. This one's hit over the top again and should reach the boundary, and does. Nice shot.
You see, we were missing out on from Adil Ahmed in the first game of the day when he got a peach and then a golden peach and had to go for a 2-ball duck. But yeah, now we're seeing him getting to his work, and he's looking really destructive.
He is. Yeah, just saying that there are so many good teams, and it's a condensed tournament because Brescia not on the calendar this year, so it's 2 weeks of Milan.
Yeah.
So the better teams from that Brescia tournament are coming in, and also Aquila, who played in Venice and Bologna. That's a wide there from the bowler, and he doesn't want to bowl in the hitting arc of Ahmed.
He's a good bowler, it's better Shekhawat. I mean, he's getting taken to the sword a bit here, but he's certainly a guy they've relied on a lot. But yeah, you're right. I mean, the pooling of talent, if you like, a 2-week blockbuster, really.
Oh, it's another dodgy edge over the top. That'll be 4 again. Wow, he's riding his luck here, Ahmed, but it's good batting. Just swinging hard at it, and that ball flew to the boundary.
Yeah, sure did. And so it's been a bit of a rough one, hasn't it, at the moment for Dipendra Shekhawat. But you see, it's that extra pace on the ball. But yeah, Trentino Aquila needed something, and they're getting it here from Ahmed.
Welcome to the tournament for the Stars as well. And Shekhawat comes in again. Swings hard again, and it's going to be caught. That's a lovely catch out in the boundary. Just got under it a bit and made good ground. Did the fielder, took a nice diving catch. They're always difficult diving forward.
Big moment, isn't it? And that's Atiku Rahman out there who takes a really good catch. He gets the jump on it. That's the thing. He anticipates, he sees it. The first 2 or 3 steps of lightning and ends up getting 2 hands to it. Beautiful surface to dive on here as well at the moment. So he just turns his body, protects the ball. And Adil Ahmed was looking dangerous, but he's going to have to go for 20. And the score now is 36 for 1.
Well, the most relieved man on the ground is Dipendra Shekhawat, who finally gets his man after getting a bit of a pasting. And that's first wicket down, but pretty good power play. 36 for 1. Still 1 ball left.
So Cricket Stars back in 2021, they were 6th out of 6 in their group. They were 0-5, didn't win a game. Then when we saw them in 2022, they were 3-0 in their group, and then 3-1 through the Super Fives in Bologna. Ended up winning Bologna on the back of a bunch of good performances, particularly with the bat. I mean, they blew some teams away, including Trentino Aquila, actually, who they beat in qualifier 2, knocking Trentino Aquila out of the running in that Bologna leg, and then ultimately Cricket Stars would win the final in Bologna, make it to the Super Series. So it was an eventful 2022 for them. It's 36 for 1 after 3.
It's a pretty good power play, 12 and over. It brings Ashik Awais to the crease, who got the majority of the runs for Trentino in the first game. And he had to play very carefully as well due to them losing early wickets. But it's a good little platform here for Trentino to launch a decent score. Projected total here, 120. About 100 is about a pass score here.
Yeah, 100's good. I think if you can get it, and especially if you bowl well.
Well, it puts pressure on. There's a psychological thing of 10 and over, I think, with 100. Here comes Lucky.
Yeah, Deep Singh.
Lucky
that
11.
is probably a nickname, I imagine, down the leg side. Although we had some things that we thought were nicknames and weren't, like Bristow Baby in Malta. And I said, is that really your surname? He said, yeah. He says, my father's name is Mr. Baby. Anyway, Cricket Stars last year in the Super Series, they finished 4-4, which was 4th. And then, of course, they had to play the Eliminator, where Roma CC started their run from 3rd. That saw them knock out Cricket Stars. And then Fresh Tropical and then Gina Brescia, 3 huge scalps. And the team from Rome knocked all the teams out from the north. That's why we saw Roma CC at the ECL just a couple of months ago.
I'll come back. I'll ask you a question in a minute about that. Amandeep, just bowling a couple of wides early. It's a better line. How do you compare the quality of the cricket up here in northern Italy compared to Rome?
It's a good question, because there's good players in Rome and there's good players here. But I just think there's a bit more depth and a few more numbers here in the north. So certainly not a knock on Rome, because in Rome there's some very good teams as well. And I look at, I would say that a couple of clubs kind of dominate the landscape there, like Roma CC, like Rome Bangla Morning Sun as well. Roma Caponelli in a slightly longer form of the game as well, I suppose. But I just think here, as you can tell, because it's a kind of shorter distance, like probably an hour to Brescia from here, there's more good teams playing each other, and the kind of pool is bigger of teams and I suppose players. And then also in our Rome series, occasionally we get teams from kind of a bit out of the city, but again in that kind of more central part of Italy. But I think there's no doubt the cricket up here in the north has a bit of a reputation for being pretty hard cricket. That's what made Roma CC's victory even more remarkable, I think, in my estimation. That was a huge upset last year.
Very excited to see how this tournament unfolds, because it's always going to be competitive cricket. All of these teams can beat each other. I think it's you can see Cricket Stars. They're a good side, and they've done well over the last couple of years, or last year especially. And Trentino Aquila as well. Only 4 spots up for grabs to the finals too. This one's hit in the air, should be out, and never looks set, but takes the catch. Well, that was the most nervous I've ever seen a fielder under a high ball, but well taken there. That's Lovepreet Singh.
Yeah, Lovepreet Singh. Well, let's just say he's in the 11 best fielders on the park for Cricket Stars. He was up there. I've got to say, Lovepreet, he's a real character, and he took that away. And he loves a little bit of a celebration. That's pretty low-key by his standards. But Lovepreet does take the catch. It results in the second wicket for Trentino Aquila. It's 40 for 2. So this will bring Jadri Adil to the crease. He was pretty impactful in game 1, taking a key catch and then getting the big wicket of Baba Hussain. 40 for 2. And so one Lovepreet Singh catches another Lovepreet Singh.
And, too many Lovepreets. I remember another Lovepreet that we grew to love.
Lovepreet from Jandra Brescia.
Oh, yeah.
Dropped 5 catches in 5 different fielding positions.
In the same innings. Okay, here comes Amandeep. It's a dodgy inside edge. There's a man back there, no run. So they're not putting much pressure with the on the field, are these Trentino batsmen with their running between wickets, and it might cost them in the end, because sometimes those few extra runs do help, when especially in close games. So as we can see, losing a wicket in the last couple of overs, and 40. It's going 10 and over. It's still pretty good. And we're 12 and over in the power play. But there's wickets, and the new batsman now will just slow down the rate. It's a good time to get wickets. In fact, talking about Lovepreet, it is Lovepreet who'll be bowling. Bowling to the right-hander, coming right arm around the wicket. And good start.
Here is Lovepreet now with the ball, chock full of confidence. Coming on with his leg spin. And he's a sometimes bowler for them. He probably thinks this is a good time to take the pace off a little bit.
I think it's a good idea, and that first ball was right on line. Not much pace through the air. And if they use their feet, the batsmen, if they're brave enough, there's a bit of fruit to be picked. But he's a good bowler, Lovepreet. Coming around the wicket.
He's just trying to cramp him for room, I think, with this angle.
Had to wait for an eternity for that ball to get down the pitch.
That's the thing. It gives you next to no pace to work on, to work with. But the thing is then you better be accurate. You know, if you're not accurate, then you're going to have a hard time. I think I might have said hello to Keanu already, but if not, hello Keanu. Hopefully you're well. Hello Nick Devonshire as well. Hopefully you're well.
Oh, a quicker ball. It's in the air, and it is 6. Well, it was just... the first 2 balls, I think, were spot on from Lovepreet, and this one was rubbish.
He runs out of patience, doesn't he? I mean, the leg spinner was working so well. It's one thing to bowl the quicker ball, but yeah, it's a genuine half-tracker, really. And Ashika Weiss, he knew exactly what to do with it. Put over the fielder.
It's a better ball. Cut away, though. There's a man back there. Just a single.
Okay. Interesting bit of fielding from Atika Rahman, but effective. Very good fielder, but too powerful as he gives away an overthrow. And that's never going to be that popular off the captain's bowling. In fact, I think I've just heard his batting position tick down 3 spots in the second innings. Atika Rahman listed to open actually.
Comes Lovepreet again, and that's a nicely pitched ball. It's difficult to do anything with that, really. To be honest, it's dipping a little bit. There's no pace on the ball. And if you can keep it consistent like that, the one he dropped short wasn't great. But apart from that, it's been a pretty good over. There's another one. Good ball.
That's the spot. Yeah, it's a spot. 50's come up during the over, so a bit of a rescue job from Trentino Aquila as we get to the end of 5. And the score is 52 for 2. I want to say a very, very warm welcome to all of you, wherever you're watching from around the world. Vinny Sounder here, Mr. Maximo. Danny Who to check with me. Hopefully you're enjoying the action as much as we are. Now, I haven't done this for a little while. Sometimes I'd love to do a lurker call out. So if people are lurking, then we want you to jump in the live chat, ECN European Cricket Network on YouTube. Let us know where you're watching from. If you're watching from the subcontinent, you can always send me a message at Mr. Maximo on social media, on Instagram. And because we want to acknowledge you, let us know where you watch from so we can say thanks for watching European cricket. And yeah, not everyone's able to chat all day. People are multitasking. Some people are lurking while working. We understand that, but we'd love to hear from you. So jump in the chat right now. Let us know where you're lurking from. Wonder who our furthest away lurker is. And we're going to have some more spin, and this looks like that's Shiraz Afsar bowls a no-y first up. Doesn't come out right at all. It's no ball for height, so free hit coming up.
Didn't really get that right, and the batsman didn't get it right either.
Yeah, he was kind of beaten for pace, actually, Chandra Adil. That was a bit of a gift. He'll get another one, though. Good news for Chandra Adil as he didn't get the single, which means he's facing again, and he can't be out to the bowler.
Oh, good bowling.
That's what Shiraz Afsar was trying to do. He's trying to get that drop on it. So yeah, that one was a bit better pitch. Shiraz Afsar. We've seen him play for Royal Palmer before we saw him playing here for Cricket Stars.
It's been hit straight. Just a feeler out there.
There's a lot of Royal Palmer kind of flavour about this Cricket Stars team as well. Kind of a bit interrelated. And so yeah, Afsar obviously sticking with spin through his middle overs. I think we have seen that they've had to put the pace on the ball, but haven't had too much luck. But if you bowl him a full toss, you're going to have a bad time. As this one is escorted out of the facility. Maximo, 6 runs.
That's another one for the potato farmer, hitting it towards the Alps. And that's the thing with leg spin, is that you've got to land them. If not, it's just baseball. That was absolutely spanked.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, he's quite tall as well, Shiraz Afsar, so he's got the attributes, but got to find the pitch. I mean, accuracy is your kind of #1 priority as a spinner.
It's a bit of ball. Took that towards mid-wicket. Should just be one, I think. Oh, a bit of a fumble. Bit of confusion from the batsman.
Yeah, double fumble, but only one batter saw it. They would have got it easily.
I'll tell you what, though, there's no backing up. They're standing in their crease, watching the just in case there's a bit of a misfeel, and there was. But I think it's poor running. They're not putting any pressure on the fielders at all. And if they would have been backing up a couple of metres, they could have got a single there, quite another run there quite easily. This one's just down leg side. It's going to be a leg by. But I don't think it's great running from Trentino. And then with this sort of format, you need every run you can get. And you know, if it's even if it's only 1 or 2 and over, you look at it, and that's between 10 and 20 runs to bump up the score. This one's been hit in the air, man under it, and can't get there. Just clips the tree as it comes down over the boundary, and that's 6 runs.
That's a good shot from away, as I identified him at the start of the day as a player to watch. And yeah, this is not really a bad ball, but yeah, you could tell it hit the trees because the leaves went flying, didn't they? So yeah, a bit of an expensive over in the end. Rafsal ends up going for 15, and the score 68 for 2 after 6.
Yeah, looking at the scorecard here, all the batsmen getting a start. Chowdhury Adil just 3 off 7. I need to get a bit of a move on, but Awais 24 off 9, but also Adil Ahmed 20 off 6. Did very well up the top, and it's been a much better start than their last game, Trentino Aquila. They've given themselves a very good chance of a good score here.
Yeah, for sure. Nick Devonshire saying, can I please give a happy birthday? And I will. So happy birthday to Susan Adams out there as Nick Devonshire's daughter. Hello, Susan. Hope you're having a great birthday. You're just 3 days after my birthday. So almost birthday buddies. Susan, hope you have a wonderful day. Here we go. And it's Rajmani getting a ball, and he gets absolutely cracked. And this is the kind of ball that's kind of fieldable on this field, but some of the fields we've seen over the last month, that would be a real handful for the fielder having to move kind of 5 or 6 metres to his left. But Rajmani, really talented player, stylish left-hand bat, hits the ball really well, can hit 6s over point and cover point. And also a pretty handy second half of the innings bowling option. It's got a really good change of pace as well. It's quite a good stock delivery.
It's been hit straight towards cow corner. Picked up there, just a single.
Of course, Nick's watching from Ireland. Hello to Kai Bay, watching from Sydney, Australia, saying looks like a great day in Milano. Sure is. I mean, we've hit the wheelhouse. This is the sweet spot of weather.
Oh, yeah.
We've got pretty much no wind. It's 17, but feels a bit warmer than that. There you go. There's that slightly variable pace that you're going to get from Rajmani.
It does feel a bit warmer in this marshmallow. You know, I wouldn't like to be here in the middle of summer.
That's true. We had a hot time in Italy last year, and 5 weeks straight in July, breathing all kinds of dust.
Comes the bowler again. This one's been hit straight back towards him. Tries to get there, can't. Just a single. But do the sides come off this thing?
They can. Yeah, they can at times. And if it's not going to rain, it's actually normally a pretty good idea. I suppose the issue is on your side that sun might come on. We can't leave the screen anymore. But
yeah,
right now I feel like I'm in the sweet spot.
Oh yeah, that's great. Yeah.
There's Rajmani.
Oh, this is in the air. Don't know if anyone will reach it. Could be a collision. Keeper takes it.
Nice catch. And this reminds me of last year where Nasir Rahman took a catch that was skied all the way out to deep square leg, and it bounced off the fielder's shoulder, and he took it on the rebound. I might have to go and find that one because that was quite incredible. This time there was potential collision on the cards, but Nasir Rahman decides to take responsibility, and it's that change of pace, it's that overspinning slower ball. You see, he attempted to work it around the corner, didn't he? Ashik Aways, but excellent wicket keeping. Ramzan's a class axe back behind the stumps.
He went straight away, didn't he, Vidi?
Yeah, and so that's the 3rd wicket down, 71 for 3.
Yeah, good catch. So, yeah, still a good score there, mounting up for Trentino Aquila. And but as we said, wickets are dot balls in this format to a point, and then but what it does is just arrest the momentum a little bit. Sometimes you get a batsman that comes in and just cracks a few 6s straight up, but generally it just changes the momentum a little bit, and it's a big wicket. Chowdhury Adil not really getting going yet. It's only 5 off 10. Gurpreet was saw hit a few big hits. Oh, he's got him first ball. Well, just about to say Gurpreet, he pumped up the score in the last game against Brescia. He won't be pumping up the score this time. He's got a bit of a golden duck.
Well, it will be a golden duck, golden Derek. This was about as predictable as the sun rising in the east that Gurpreet was going to go for broke, and Rajmani goes back to the stop ball, and unfortunately is a golden Derek. It's also the end of the 7th over. So Rajmani on a hat trick, but he's going to have to wait. 71 for 4 after 7.
Yeah, good over there. 2 for 3. Let's stem the flow of runs a little bit. And he was spot on Great bowling.
Yeah. Just didn't really have any patience for whatever was coming his way. He does like to swing. We saw that in the first game.
I felt the breeze off his bat from here.
Just having a bit of a chat to Charlie at the moment as well. So hello to Charlie Hunt, who is going to be in Gibraltar for that T20 International Tri-Series between Portugal and Malta and the host Gibraltar. And don't forget also, we'll have our ECIs here, 6th and 7th of May. So very international flavour to not this weekend, but next weekend, as Lovepreet invents a new type of fielding and manages to give away an overthrow. But what goes around comes around, and we always have more overthrows. Lucky they're a reasonably good backing up team. In the end, it's a long 2.
That was interesting. Lovepreet did try to.
In the end, I think the ball actually fields him because he stopped moving. The ball just knocked into his foot. He'd overrun it.
So yeah, I'm a big fan of Charlie Hunt's work with the commentary, because I remember I think it was a tournament in Malta that he did, an international tournament. That was very, very good.
It was a bit of a long slog. He had to do that
absolutely
week as well.
It's hit towards a man deep. Good fielder out there.
Yeah, Rajmani took that good catch earlier. Told you he's a very good fielder. Sometimes too powerful for his own good, as we said. Charlie's a really good young commentator, still studying. He's studying business and broadcasting at the moment in the UK, as well as spending some time in Spain, of course, occasionally playing for the La Manga Torrevieja Cricket Club, which is it's a very, very famous cricket club there in Spain. Also, they were hosts of the first ever ECL back in 2019. He says Amandeep back. Lucky. This will just be a 1.
I've got a bit of an interest with the international tournaments, having been associated with Czech national team for quite a while, and they're great fun to watch, because a lot of these teams we played a lot against Malta and Hungary and Austria, Luxembourg. So it's good to see these players and good to see the teams develop.
It adds another layer of interest, I'm sure, when the ECS hits there and you see some of the players that you know, obviously from the international scene and some other emerging ones. Of course, with the international criteria, you can qualify to play for a country once you've lived kind of continuously for 3 years in a country. So you can also see some players in ECS cricket that might not have done the 3 years yet. Yep. So that's always something, I suppose, that we're looking at as well. Hello to Ethan LaRue as well. He's another lurker. He's watching from South Africa. And also Maya Patel as well. Again, loving your contributions.
Full toss, not put away, just hit straight down the ground, just a single. Yeah, these international tournaments it just shows how cricket's developed here in Europe, and I think it was a really good initiative by the ICC to allow players with just 3 years in the country. Of course, they had to contribute to cricket as well.
Yeah, it used to be 7, I think.
It was 7
at one point, maybe 5 for.
No. Well, yeah. Oh, that's pretty close, and he's gone. That was pretty straight. Wasn't missing anything, I don't think. The only thing that missed was the bat. And,
yeah, that's true.
That's another wicket down. 5 down now for Trentino Aquila.
Gets pretty close to the stumps here. Close-ish, I suppose, but mainly the fact that he's on the back foot, and that is about as easy as you can get as far as LBW decisions go. Again, I like the way the umpire probably knows straight away it's out, but just takes some time, goes through the little mental checklist, and I think that's how you avoid making bad decisions. That was a good one. So Trentino Aquila got themselves to competitive land, but they have lost a 5th wicket, 76 for 5. Here comes the captain, Ali Sakib Ashad.
Yeah, going back to that international criteria, it used to be either a passport holder, you had to be in the country for 7 years and contributed, I think, for 4 of those or 5 of those, and there were 2 players who were could be in the country for 4 years, which meant that you get players that weren't very good playing for the national side.
1 second, this is a hat-trick ball for Rajmani, and there it goes. Yeah, so go back to what you're saying there.
Yeah, so what we'd get would be players who'd been in the country for long enough who would qualify, whereas the better players who are playing competitively just were not able to qualify for the teams. So there was competitive cricket, but at a very low level.
Yeah.
And so, but the ICC changed that regulation a few years ago to that 3-year eligibility, and because I mean these players are in the country, they've adopted another country.
Exactly. And I think 7 years is a long time, especially as an adult, right? Yeah. If you say 7 years, is a bit crazy. I think 3's about right. I think the idea of picking players that have made a home there, that's important. I mean, even it's quite unusual. Sometimes you get people with passports that never even been to a country. There's Gustav McCann plays for France. I don't know if he's actually ever been there. As another one goes down, and that time it's the slower ball. He's kind of overspinning a web through this middle order, isn't he? Rajmani, a 3rd wicket, doesn't get the hat trick, but he does have 3. It's 77 for 6.
Yeah, really good bowling, and it's falling apart a little bit for Trentino Aquila. Had a good start and some big hitting throughout the early overs, but Cricket Stars making a real comeback, and it's really turned the tide. And you look at the bowling figures of Amadit Sip for 2 for 9 off 2, and then Rajmani Singh has bowled about 1.5.
Yeah, look at his hand here. See how actually it's not such an obvious back and hand slow balls. Normally they're really easy to pick, but because he does it at pace, I don't know. I just think it's a little bit less pickable than normal, and you can see it's man with Sandhu on his back. Well, I'd be proud of a delivery like that. He pitches it just right, and because it has overspin, so normal pace on deliveries have backspin, just how they come out. But the overspin makes the ball drop a lot, so that's why he's thinking that's a full toss. Ali Saqib Ashad, and then it drops, and Rajmani putting on a show. 3 for 4, 3 to come in this over.
Oh, another one. Well, doesn't get much more bold than that. Middle peg out of the ground, and he's got 4 for 4. Well, the man with Sandhu on his back, and that was just a straight delivery, and the left-hander, he's looking at the pitch, don't know why.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to swing. It is a golden derrick, unfortunately. Another one goes, and Jawad Ahmed, he just doesn't negotiate that. Kind of gave himself a bit of room and regrets it. Middle stump, clean out of the ground. Well, for the second time then, this time, we'll have time to put up the Hall of Fame. Rajmani, could he be hat-trick taker number 11 of the season? Certainly he's given himself every opportunity. A hat-trick for the second time. And
second time in the over.
Second time in this over. True. Yeah. Here we go, and it's Saeed to face the hat-trick ball. Bilal Saeed. Good luck. 77 for 7.
He kind of deserves it. They bring the players in a little bit. So it's falling apart for Trentino Aquila. In and oh, he's got him! There goes the off stump, and there's the first hat trick of the tournament. Rajmani Singh, he's taken 5 for the over, including a hat trick.
What a movement! What a moment for Rajmani, and he gets it just right. He's been so good at hitting the stumps. Rajmani Singh, Sandhu, take a bow. He goes bang, bang, bang. Not only is it a hat trick, it's a 5-wicket haul as well. And the way he's going, he could get 6, which is pretty rare. That he has been right on target, and this is a perfect hat-trick ball. He goes pace on Yorker, get no real foot movement from Saeed, and then Rajmani is off to the races. There is your 11th hat-trick of season 2023 on ECN.
Oh, amazing. And there's another golden derrick. So, yeah, just that one ball. He could have had 5 and 5, but he's got 4 wickets in this over, including a hat-trick. One ball left.
What a performance. Bang. All right, so next, it's Sadiqat Ali and Rajmani on a 6-for.
Oh, it's dodged. Oh, just poked up in the air. Not the most convincing of all shots. And the fielder didn't react. It might have dropped short of him, but what an over that was. Rolled his fingers over that one.
Could have been 4 and 4. We haven't seen 4 and 4 this season. But Rajmani Sandhu, unbelievable. 5 for 4. What an entry. And he's still got a bat. And he's a brilliant batter as well. Surely, player of the match performance, even without the halfway point of this game. 5 for 4 off 2.
If he'd got that, Vin, he could have been on a wraparound double hat-trick.
Would have been on a wraparound triple hat-trick.
Triple hat-trick.
That would have been a double hat-trick.
Yeah.
What a good effort that is.
Wow, great bit of bowling. Ends up with 5 for 4. Pretty good figures, I think. comes the new bowler. Just whipped off his toes by Adil. And they'll look for two. They'll get two pretty comfortably.
Well, do you remember the last time we saw 5 for 4 on the network? I can tell you. Yesterday, that's right. Vibo Yadav took 5 for 4, identical figures. But what an effort.
And still doesn't beat the destroyer, Stefan Gooch.
That's true.
So hit down the ground, play coming around. Don't think he'll get there. Nice shot, 4 runs. Yeah, I was there in Hungary when Stefan Gooch took 6 for 3.
Baggy Blues.
Not bad for a wicket keeper.
Exactly. And then he didn't even bowl next time we saw him. He's part-timer at best, Steph. He'll tell you that.
You know, there's a reason why he didn't bowl much for the rest of the tournament. Or if he did, because I'll tell you in a minute. I don't know if you know this story.
Maybe I don't, which is why I want to hear it.
He did tell me not to tell his skipper, not to say anything about it. It's wide. Between games, he was displaying his fine impressions of different fast bowlers, including Dennis Lilly and Jeff Thompson, but all through these different bowlers, and he blew his shoulder out.
Is that right? I did not know that.
This one's in the air, and it should be caught. Nice take there, Australian style. That's a very nice catch from Shekhawat. Another wicket goes down. Sukraj gets a wicket, probably well deserved, I think. And well, 8 down now. Trentino 84 got a pretty good score on the board, but it looked like they were going to get a few more. The wheels are falling apart.
Really has. I mean, you can't doubt the intent there.
No, they were Rajmani'd though.
They were very much Rajmani'd. He said it. But, yeah. I mean, look, to their credit, they have 84, which certainly, you know, it plays here. You know, you can maybe scrape to high 80s from here.
Well, they've only got 1 wicket to play with.
Yeah.
3 balls left.
Burglar boundary somehow. But, yeah. Let's say Mr. Sukraj trying to finish things off.
It's turned around the corner and it's gone. Well, that's it. He's on a wraparound hat-trick. And that's the end of the innings. They lost the last 6 wickets for how many, Vinny? Couldn't be much.
I'll tell you, because they were say cruising, but yeah, they were actually 71 for 2.
Yeah.
So they lost their last 8 wickets for just 13 runs.
But the last 7, I mean, there were 5 taken.
Yeah, no, they include that. So
including
they
that?
fell at 71, 71, 76, 77, 77, 77, 84, and 84.
Wow.
So, yeah, they lose 8 for 13 at the end of the innings. And, well, in the end, I mean, it's a score that is competitive. They don't even bat out the 10 overs in here, Danny. What a great performance, particularly towards the end. Great death bowling from the Cricket Stars.
Got to say, it was a great start from Trentino Aquila, and they were really dominant over the Stars bowling. So you can see that nice straight 6. And it was the openers who really let loose.
Yeah, they were kind of, got them off to a decent start, which you kind of need to. Cricket Stars' first game of the tournament, but they're no rookies in this format. Good to see Adil Ahmed kind of showing a bit more of what he could do. I think he becomes a really important player. But a great catch by Atikur Rahman. He finished his innings at just 20. And then Lovepreet, well, it was time to party for the skipper. That one sticks. And, yeah, Cricket Stars, like I said, they'll have to work moderately hard, I think, to get these runs. Trentino Aquila, though, they certainly applied themselves when they were defending even less runs against Precious CC earlier today. So they'll feel that even though this innings didn't go quite as they wanted, they'll feel this is a defendable total.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, they got the runs on the board early. They did lose a lot of wickets late on. But 84 is a pretty decent total on this ground. And it was Awais and Ahmed who did a lot of the heavy lifting, got about half their runs, just over actually. But then it was the Rajmani Singh and especially the Rajmani show. Ahmed ending with 2 for 9, but man, Rajmani with 5 for 4, including a hat-trick. That was fantastic bowling. That was the second one. left-hander. And next one is the hat-trick ball. Well, actually, it's not the hat-trick ball. Here's the reverse with the lefty. The next one is for the hat-trick, and there goes the off-stump, and a well-deserved hat-trick for Rajmani. Isn't he happy? He ended up with 5 for 4, including in that hat-trick. And just ended up pretty much being it, apart from that lovely 4 down the ground. Yeah, a couple of late wickets. Neat catch taken out on the boundary and by Shekhawat. And this one tried to be tucked around the corner, and a good catch just behind square. So Trentino were well on top at one stage. Cricket Stars, I wouldn't say they were struggling, but then they came back, and it's so difficult to predict this game. And just that comeback, and you see the top of the innings, 14, 20, 25, 16, and then the rest is, well, Kamran Hussein's the only one who scored out of the last 7 batsmen, 7 batsmen. So Goop started with the Gurpreet, and only 1 run off the bat. And lots of little ones there, lots of golden ducks. And here's the bowlers. Shekhawat was good in the first over, and got a bit of a pasting in his second. Sukraj was good, 2 for 15. Amandeep, 2 for 9, but look down the bottom. Rajmani Singh, 5 wickets for 4 runs, including a hat-trick, economy rate of 2 per over. So this is a fascinating game. Trentino have given themselves a decent total to defend against Cricket Stars. We'll be back very shortly from Milan. The second innings of this game, 85 to win for Cricket Stars against Trentino Aquila. See you very shortly.
Sports.
Good afternoon and welcome back to this Fancode European Cricket Series match in Milan, Italy, between Trentino Aquila and the Cricket Stars. Trentino Aquila looking to go cruising at the start of their innings, but they lost 7 for 13 at the end. They reduced to a score of 84. Still a reasonable total. Maybe a little bit below par, but a defendable total for them against Cricket Stars, playing their first game in this series. The highlight was a hat-trick to Rajmani Singh, and also 5 wickets for 4 runs. Fantastic figures. But, we'll see what Cricket Stars have with their batting lineup. It is their first time batting here in this this tournament. They might take a little bit of time to warm up, whereas Trentino have had a game earlier today. One that they lost. But at least they've got a little bit of experience on this pitch, and Cricket Stars, as we know, this pitch does play a few tricks, and there's a bit in it for the bowling. But, they'll want a good start as well. They'll want to get through the power play without losing any wickets, and it will be Gurpreet Singh to open the bowling. A big wide. He gets a lot of movement out, does Gurpreet. Good pace too, but just losing his radar. Did similar in the last game. Bowled a couple of wides early. So Gurpreet, didn't trouble the scorers, as many of the Trentino batsmen did in their final, their previous innings, and that one's a bit short. Slammed down into the ground by the batsman. First runs for Cricket Stars. Just hit to that cow corner area. Man going back on leg side now. And 2 fielders back, both on the leg side, actually on the offside for the left-hander. It's one at third man and one at deep point. So right hand, left-handed combination for Cricket Stars. And it's Rajmani Singh, who's having a pretty good day today, who gets a good one. It's a nice ball from Gurpreet up top to Rajmani. I think Rajmani is the batsman, the non-strikers in, who faced the first couple of deliveries. And Gurpreet, he's a bustling bowler. Moves it through pretty quickly, and does get a bit of natural outswing to the right-hander, but he'll be looking for that little gap between bat and pad for the left-hander. He comes in again, and it's a bit full, and that's been slammed into the potato field for 6. Could be called a no ball, and has been called a no ball. It's a bit of a disaster, just over pitching. Let's have another look at it, and it's fair enough, I think. It was dipping a little bit, but that one was cut away for 6. So Gurpreet will have to bring it back. Just a pretty ordinary ball. And Cricket Stars got the start they wanted. And Rajmani Singh, it seems to be his day at the moment. I think he likes this Milan cricket ground. We'll see how Gurpreet comes back from this. It will be a free hit. So you want to get it on line. Comes Gurpreet bowling to Rajmani. That's not a bad ball. He'll take a single. Hurried him a little bit. It's a little bit short from Gurpreet. So again, nice day today. Perfect cricket, about 21 degrees. Nice and bright and sunny. This ground's starting to quicken up as well. As Gurpreet comes in, bowling to Rajmani, the right hander. It's going to be wide as well. He's straying him a little bit as Gurpreet, not bowling with much control. Good pace though. As you can see, this one Started wide, went wider. If he can bring it back. Needs to get it on about that off stump line. Comes in again. It's better. It's hit off the top. It's going towards the boundary. Don't think it'll make it. Being chased down. They'll come back for a second. Better area there from Gurpreet. Right at the toe of the bat there from the batsman. It could have gone anywhere. But with the field up, all the players within that 30-metre circle just managed to get over the top of them. Still got a couple of balls left in this over. It's gone for 13 already. Good start for the Stars. This one is caught. Well, we got that one more on line. There's a man short there at mid-on. He dropped it first up, knocked it up for himself. And that's the first wicket down. Very bottom-handed, hit it pretty well. And that is Lovepreet Singh to take the catch. And that's the first wicket down for Cricket Stars. And it's been a bit of a mixed bag here from Gurpreet. So Ramzan is the new batsman, but that's interesting. So Lovepreet Singh caught by, bowled by Gurpreet Singh. Hopefully we'll see Lovepreet against Lovepreet a little bit later on. That'll be a nice touch to this game. But glad to see the back of Rehman, who can be a very destructive batsman. So Nasir Ramzan, the new batsman. This is the end of the over. In fact, it's not. There's one ball left for Gurpreet. Comes in to the new batsman, and it's down leg side. He's like he's trying to spray flies here. They're all over the place. The deliveries from Gurpreet Singh. Just not bowling with any sort of control. Comes in to get to Ramzan. Oh, this is in the air, and it's gone all the way, has it? It has 6 runs. Well, a lot of pace on the ball, top edge. And that's an interesting way to get off the mark for Ramzan. Top edge, all the way for 6. Well, that's one way to avoid the slow surface. And that's an expensive over. He did take a wicket, did Gurpreet, but 20 from it. And that's almost a quarter of the runs done in 1 over. Vinny, what do you make of the opening
exchanges? Yeah, I mean, obviously it's a magical start, isn't it? Despite the loss of Atiq Rahman. Interesting that he's opening now. I mean, they have lost a couple of the top order batters. He's a guy we normally see probably around the 5 or 6 mark. Still very capable. But yeah, he picked out Lovepreet, didn't he? And so yeah, both Lovepreets taking a good catch in this match. But yeah, I just think when you're only defending 84, you put 20 out of that straight away. Looking very friendly for Cricket Stars. Here's Rajmani Singh who's batting. And he gets a wide first up. That's good pace from Ali Saqib Ashad. And looking good with that goal chain.
I was going to say, it's pretty loose bowling though. There's been quite a few wides already in this innings. That one was, well, it's a left-hander, so it does play a bit on the bowler's mind.
Good wheels though from Saqib. This time Rajmani pushes. So yeah, Rajmani Sandhu, he's had a very good game. Now we're seeing him with the bat, but earlier we saw him put on a bit of a show with the ball. He's just the 11th hat-trick of the season, 5 for 4 off 2 overs. And not just that, he also, obviously, by virtue of taking 5 wickets, he joins the 5-wicket Hall of Fame here in match 12. And meanwhile, Ramzan's going to get another ball that he can get away. This time not as much of a top edge on it, but still he'll get 4 to go with his 6 last over. And yeah, Ali Saqib Ashad, he's got some good wheels about him, like I said, but I just think sometimes gets a bit carried away with the short stuff. I'd like to see him try and draw the batters forward a little bit, maybe try and draw a mistake. And that one ends up past the ropes for 4 more.
Well, exactly, especially in the power play, Vinny. I mean, there's not much protection for him. There is a man back at backward square leg, but it's the way he bowls. He does really dig it into the pitch, and he angles it in. So the natural angle of the batsman is to go with that natural shape of the delivery, and there's only one man protecting. So it's a bit too easy, I think, at the moment for the batsman. You can see it again. It's probably off the pad. Look for 2, and you can see the difference in the running here.
Well, Rajmani tried to put up the stop sign there. And BT, again, it's not really his role to put up the stop sign here. It's actually not that far away. It's just sliding down the leg side. And you see Rajmani try to put up the stop sign, and Ramzan saying, no, hold on a second. I think there's 2 there, and it's my job to decide. And so they do get back for a couple in the end.
The big difference, I mean, Trentino, I mentioned before, they weren't really running, looking for 2s, where Cricket Stars went straight away. As the bowler comes in again, short again, just poked down to forward point, just a single. So they did get a wicket in the first over, did Trentino, but there's just too many runs. It's a good power play so far for the Cricket Stars. I've got to say that's not been great bowling. Brings the left-hander back on strike. Rajmani having a great day today. Again, it's down leg side. Probably caught the pad, I think. So no wide. And of course, anything past that leg stump, someone will look at it. Yeah, it was a little noise. Must have caught a bit of the trousers. It was a stifled appeal. Lucky to get away with it. Anything past that leg stump, well, it's a wide if it goes behind the batsman. This one is going to be dropped. Well, it went straight to the fielder there. Pretty hard catch though. Came to him very quickly, but probably should have been taken. Let's have another look at it. He bangs it in again. Drew the false shot and just couldn't hang on to it there, the fielder. Popped it at the end of the fingers as well. I think he might have done a bit of damage to his fingers. The umpire's having a chat. He did cop it, and I think he'll go off and be replaced. As we see the standings at the moment, see Cricket Stars there in 7th, but this is their first game, so no points on the board. They are looking to get their first points of the tournament. And Trentino Aquila missing out in the first game against Brescia, so they remain winless if they don't defend this total of 84. Just a little break. Maybe a player come onto the field. And the fielder there for Trentino just gets a bit of attention from the medical staff. Won't cause any delay though, any more delay. And Rajmani.
Kind of hurts more ways than one, doesn't it?
It does.
With the catch down, and also sustaining something there. That's Kamara Razak. Now this one's a little bit off. And, that could be out. That's really close.
I think it might be, Vinny.
My spider senses are up. And I think it's close, but it turns out to be a good fumble from the keeper. Let's have a look, Ramzan. Does he get there? I don't think he does. Let's have a look. To me, he's just out.
That's there.
Yep, there you go.
That's gone.
Really good piece of camera work.
Yeah, it was an excellent piece of work by the fielder back there. And just flicked that off stump.
Yeah, I was just checking if the bail's up, but I mean, for me, the bail's definitely dislodged before he's made the line. So this is going to be gone, and a really nice piece of work. It's kind of a wicket from nothing, isn't it?
They really needed that Trentino because
you got to give that out, surely. Yeah, there it is. And some delay, but Ramzan probably had a feeling as well. But Yeah, so like I said, kind of wicket from nothing, isn't it? And it's going to be the second man down, and Ramzan looked good. He runs himself out by a matter of inches.
It was good work from the fielder there because it got past the keeper. And it's a kind of unusual fly slip position. He stuck a mid out and then threw it while on the ground and just flicked that stump. So sometimes you need a little bit of luck. And
I was going to say it was a good fumble, but I don't think actually really touched it. He may have just got a finger on it, the keeper. But anyway, it works out really well. 30 for 1 off 2 becomes 30 for 2 as we see Memo Javed coming out to bat in the number 4 position.
It hasn't been great bowling though from Trentino. It's been a bit loose, a bit all over the place, but they've still managed to get 2 wickets, and it's what you need, just sort of breaking partnerships. But it's been pretty easy so far for the Stars batsmen. It's been quick. Bowling's been pretty quick. It's just been sprayed everywhere. And talking about being sprayed everywhere, it's Gurpreet again, who went for 20 off his first over. Did take a wicket, but it was just a mixed bag. Here he comes again. And it's a short, and it's called a wide.
Let's have a look. This will probably tell us the height.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah, that's wide for height, I think. Maybe it almost missed the line leg stump as well.
So, yeah, it's just a mixed bag from Gurpreet. He's bowling pretty quick, but just all over the place. Okay. It's like he's got his blunderbuss out and just fired randomly. That's a better ball. It's a dodgy inside edge down to short third man area for a single. And new batsman is Memo Javed. He'll be facing his first delivery. In fact, he won't be. He just faced his first delivery, got that dodgy inside edge, and will bring Rajmani Singh back on strike. Left-hander. Let's see what Gurpreet does with him. So, again, didn't bounce much. They'll take a bye. Keeper just getting the pads behind it, stopping more damage. But yeah, it's been an interesting spell by Gurpreet. Just not really getting his radar right.
Yeah, I mean, he'll be disappointed. He hasn't got that control. You don't have too many to play with. I mean, they'll feel, though, if they could grab these couple of wickets, and maybe not as much batting in Cricket Stars as we saw last year. No Abdul Rahman, no Baba Hussain. Although this is going to travel, and it should get across the line, and it will. So Memo Javed, again, he's another class player. They just keep on coming, don't they? Gurpreet, it's just kind of a length ball, not the worst ball I've ever seen. Takes a bit of risk and gets away with it. Good power play batting as well. 4 runs. Yeah,
it's pretty safe. There's no one back there, that area straight. And a bit of an unusual shot.
Yeah, a little bit, kind of like a straight pull, wasn't it? But effective. A couple to come in here in the third.
Hitting. There could be a chance of a run out. Keeper does well. It would have been gone if he hit.
Yeah, you can see that Javed, when he gets it in the pads, he needs to just look up at his partner straight away. It takes a long time to respond to Rajmani, who was sure, yep, we got one here. And see, then he tries to put a stop sign up in vain. Cameron Hussain had the chance to hit the stumps, but missed out.
You mentioned that the fielding has improved a lot in European cricket at this level, but it's nothing really compared to what we saw in the ECL.
Yeah, ECL marquee tournaments for sure.
Oh, that could be gone. I think he had his bat back. I think he touches it.
Well, I felt he touched it just because his reaction seemed. Well, that's not going to tell us actually. So, does he get a fingertip on it?
He's late back
and
with
if
the
he
bat,
does,
isn't he?
and if he is he out? That's the question.
I think he was late to react. It went back and he's gone.
Yeah, well, he's gone. So now it's up to the umpire to determine whether he's touched it or not. Now, if he has touched it, there's no doubt that he's out. And both kind of cameras are blocked. Well, that kind of shows you there.
Maybe.
I mean, my instinct was he touched it. You know?
He appealed for it.
Yeah.
And
yeah, again, it's going to be up to the umpire whether he thinks the ball's touched or not. And well, seems like a not out call. There's not a lot happening, but he was definitely out of his crease.
He was out of his crease. So the umpire must have judged that he didn't touch it, and maybe the bowler was one who actually admitted to it.
It's possible as well, isn't it? So anyway, it takes the end of the third over. No further damage. 38 for 2, and Sadakat Ali is going to bowl over number 4. A couple of interesting, well, one run out, one almost run out.
So yeah, new bowler. Oh, big swing and a miss. Not the greatest shot. Chance for a run out again. And keeper misses again. Well, it's didn't get up much, this ball. Nicely pitched up. Keeper couldn't handle it, and he would have been very close to a run out, but got home. But, they're very aware with the running of these Stars batsmen. They're just putting a bit of pressure on the field, and they've had a good power play. 39 for 2 at the moment, almost halfway to the target. So another couple of wickets here for Trentino might make it interesting. Otherwise, well, I think their bowling's just not really been tight enough, not really been good enough at the moment by Trentino. And they have picked up those couple of wickets.
Yeah, it's got to hang in there. It's got to Sadakat Ali, talented bowler, big guy.
It's been hit straight, just a single. It's they need a settling over, I think, Trentino. Something where bowler puts everything on line, and then they cut down the runs to 5 or 6. That would be really what they need. Stars, they don't need to panic. Ahead on the run rate. That's a nice shot there. Good fielding out in the boundary. And just a single. Whipped that off his legs. And again, just a single. They won't mind this Trentino at the moment. As I said, just a settling over, just to get them back on track. It's not really been through lusty hitting, and it's just been through, I think, just poor bowling.
Yeah,
no consistency at all.
They've been okay at times. That's not going to cut it when you're trying to defend 84.
That's not going to cut it either. That's been slammed into the potato field. Just pitched up a bit too much.
That's such a Rajmani special. I mean, he can take it off middle and off stump, and to generate that kind of power over the offside, that's what makes him a bit special. And yeah, like I said, not the worst delivery, maybe a bit over pitch, but just the technique to do that, the power to do that inside out, it just makes him a real difficult customer to bowl to.
Well, especially being a left-hander as well, it just play with the line of the bowlers. And rolled his fists over that one. It's got the gap, and that's another 4. Just got it slightly wrong, the bowler. You could see the rolled his wrist over it for the slower ball, just over pitched. And Rajmani just got it towards the toe of the bat.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think Rajmani, he's looking for the leg side that time, thinking, okay, maybe the bowler will kind of spirit it in my body, considering the shot I played last ball. But then he makes the adjustment, makes it really well. Just a correct looking cover drive. Hit well enough to beat the outfielder. 50's up now for Cricket Stars.
He's got most of his runs on the offside though, Rajmani. Let's have a look. This one's beaten him. That's a good ball. Good comeback.
Yeah, really good ball. And of course, there's Rajmani to lose his composure, which has been pretty rare. This one just leaves him off the pitch, I think, a little bit. But it does take us to the end of the 4th over. Cricket Stars cruising at the moment. They are 51 for 2 after 4.
Yeah, it's been a good start. And they look pretty good here, the Cricket Stars. And as you said, they've strengthened this year, bringing in some good talent. Just shows you how strong this league is. Trentino, they were looking good in their batting as well until they lost 7 for 13. So just we'll have to see as the tournament goes on whether they just rely on their top 3 or 4 batsmen, and then it's just a bit of a blip for the lower order. As we have a new bowler, and that is Chaudhry Adil. He'll be coming around the wicket to the right-hander. This one's right on line, just poked down on the offside for a single. What do you make of bowlers coming around the wicket, Vinny?
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind it for a variation. I think normally something I do sparingly, to be honest. I think it does take out a few modes of dismissal. I think probably even more important than the angle of approach is kind of the angle that you're trying to bowl it. So now he's going to come over the wicket to the left-hander.
Yeah.
So he's consistently basically trying to make an angle that he's going to go across the batter. So to the right-hander, he's around. To the left-hander, he's over. And this isn't going to work out too well for him. Although this may not quite have what it takes to go to the boundary. Pulled back pretty well. Zadaka Ali, they'll trot through for an easy 2. Yeah, so, I mean, I think it's important that you learn how to bowl both. I do think sometimes it's overdone. I think, but it also depends on things like the pace of the bowler, kind of what length you're bowling as well.
Yeah.
So if you're bowling short and you're around the wicket right-hander to right-hander, then a lot of balls pitching outside the leg stump takes down a lot of options for you. But like I said, it's all about having tools in your toolbox as a batter or a bowler.
Oh, that's a nice tool to have in your arsenal there. That's a beautiful shot, just straight on leg stump. And Rajmani, well, most of his scoring shots have been on the offside. That one was just taken nicely off his pads, and that's another 6. Well, now he's going to come around the wicket to him. But, yeah, I tend to find, and it was like a trend a few years ago that with the high levels of the game that players were coming around the wicket. As we see, that's a better ball. As we see that there was a little appeal, nothing on really. Yeah, it was just at a high level. There was a trend to come around the wicket as a right-hander, and we saw a lot of the younger players in the local leagues, and also copying these players. But I don't think they had a real reason for doing it.
Yeah, and the other thing is that how do I put it? If that becomes your habit, you're losing your kind of normal approach. So you're trying to get a bit more advanced before you can do the basics.
Yeah.
I think it's a sometimes tactic. And so, yeah, I'd see a lot of bowlers, right? You say they just copy thinking that's just what you do, but especially in longer forms of the game where you're trying to get wickets a bit more as well and open up wicket-taking opportunities, then I don't know if it's the best tactic.
It's the same reason why you see things like ramp shots and reverse sweeps and things. It's normally not the older players who play that, who play those shots. It's normally younger players who are emulating what they see on the IPL or wherever, and 9 times out of 10 it doesn't work.
Yeah, you're right.
Not
Exactly what we're talking about here. Because, this probably is hitting the stumps, but as soon as it bounces outside the leg stump, cannot be OBW.
Yeah.
See where it bounces, and then it's probably maybe going to hit, maybe not, but it just kind of eliminates the possibility of it.
So
61 for 2 after 5. And while we're talking about the umpires, which we have been a little bit during this game, I want to say big hello to our Milan umpiring crew here in week 1. We've got Rohan, Shahid and Ali just showing some of their warm-up exercises there under the guidance of Sir Rob Kemming. It's a big job, isn't it? So we really appreciate their efforts, and I think you'll agree, they do a very good job under the circumstances. They make literally thousands of decisions every day.
I think they've been very good so far in this tournament. So ball comes in, down leg side, whipped away, too easy. Don't think it's going to get to the boundary. It has got to the boundary. So nice shot there. Just so easy, right on that leg stump line, and whipped away by Rajmani, who's looking like a player.
Yeah, and he's got nothing to fear here, does he? Just needs 20 more, pretty much out of the second half of this innings. And this is Keebo Shard, last roll of the dice with him coming back.
Short, they'll just take a single, might be a leg by actually.
Moral victory there. That one clunks into the thigh pad, kind of beats him for pace, gets him to the other end. But yeah, just going back to last year when we saw Cricket Stars, and they were the winners in Bologna. Like I said, pretty high scoring final, 142 to 128. Again, that was a pretty good field for scoring. I know that you've spent some time there. I was looking how their lineup looks different at the moment. No Abdul Rahman here. half a chance there back at Ali Sakima Shab. It gets through him for a single. Had Nasir Ramzan batting 4, Atiku Rahman batting 5. So yeah, probably losing 1 or 2 batters just makes them a little bit more, I don't know about suspect, but you know, if you can get those wickets, maybe you can get in the middle order a bit quicker.
Was it a drop catch then, Vinny?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think it was. It just kind of threw him before he knew too much about it. This could be trouble.
And I think he's gone. And it's going to go to the replay. I think he sort of plonked his bat over the line.
I'm giving this out, soft signal.
Yes.
It is out.
That's definitely out.
Great work by the bowler actually to gather the throw, then goes a full-on overarm middle stump out of the ground job. So it is going to be gone. And remember, Jarvin's turned around, not for the first time we've seen today. It's, yep, there's the decision. I think it's coming soon, but yep, he's just out.
I tell you, it was good by the fielder just to throw it back to the bowler rather than having a peg at the stumps. And talking about peg at the stumps, he was 2 metres away from it. Hit the middle peg though.
Yeah, that one shows it pretty conclusively. So, well, if the screen's on over there, they'll be able to work it out, and there you go. So a run out. Feels like a consolation wicket, doesn't it? But it is the 3rd wicket for Trentino Aquila. Cricket Stars lose a 3rd. It's 67 for 3.
Look, looking at this game though, Vinny, if Cricket Stars lose 7 for 13, which is what Trentino did, then Trentino win.
Yeah, and not just that. If they lose 9 for 9 from here, then they'll be 12 for 76, and then they'll definitely lose. They'll be thrashed. We saw 9 for 9 by Sri Lankan Lions on finals day in Cyprus. On top side going down in flames. Anyway, Rajmani will be unfussed. And here comes Lovepreet Singh coming out at 5. And he's got a bit of a reputation as a finisher. And he loves to kind of finish the job, and that's what he's here for.
Well, the skipper
going to be on strike now.
He's captaining the side pretty well. And as he faces his first delivery, and just pokes it down and takes a well-run single. Nice batting. But I think Rajmani is going to be earning the Man of the Match award. 35-21. He did take a hat-trick and took 5 for 4 with the ball. So he's done very well. As you can see the scorecard. Rehman missed out. Ramzan did okay until his run out. A couple of run-outs in his innings.
A couple of run-outs, a couple of strange ones. There was always another run-out where we thought maybe it had flicked off the bowler's fingers onto the stumps, and it was definitely out of his crease, but I don't think the umpire was satisfied that the bowler had touched the ball.
It wasn't Rajmani who was at the bowler's end, was it?
No, I don't think so. But I mean, look, I suppose it comes down to the fact that Cricket Stars, they've got a really classy top order. Rajmani, obviously, being left-handed, he just forces the bowlers to keep changing their line as well. So it's not going to be particularly easy. Here comes Javed Ahmed with the ball.
And he's got him. Well, that's the end of Lovepreet. It's a pretty good ball.
Yeah, I mean, it's on the stumps. He just kind of gets a bit too far across, doesn't he? Lovepreet is more of a deflector than kind of a brute force trauma kind of a batter.
I think that's what you need at this stage of the innings, and he just walked across it and missed a pretty straight one. You can see him going towards point slightly and tried to flick it around the corner and missed it. Good bowling.
Yeah, so Lovepreet will be disappointed. That's how he does go for just a single.
It's the first of 7 in this over.
Yeah, well, you think there's going to be a collapse on this guy?
Well, we saw
Dipendra Shekhawat, he won't let this happen.
Yeah.
But I mean, dare to dream. We have seen some epic collapse. I actually saw one in Malmo when a team because Malmo CC actually needed 12 off the last 3 overs. They were 2 down. They were cruising, big partnership. Captain got out. They lost 8 for 4, including 5 wickets off the 5 balls of the 10th over. And to lose by, I think it was about 7 runs. But the last over went wicket, 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 1 and run out. And that was it. They were done. And that probably is still the most dramatic kind of falling off a cliff that I can remember. It was back in 2021.
Let's go back to this game. It's a good start from Jawad Ahmed. Apart from the wicket, next ball to Shekhawat was right on line. He's keeping it pretty tight. Watch him bowl a big leg side wide. Always done pretty well, the slower ball, but that's been nicely hit for 4.
Yeah, he picked it, didn't he? Dipendra Shekhawat, and gets a boundary. Yeah, it's not a bad variation to try. It's that basically quick off spinner. Rolls the fingers down the left-hand side of the ball, but Dipendra Shekhawat, very correct stroke, wasn't it? Over cover, gets his first runs in style.
Bowling a slow ball, you want. I would rather have a batsman watch a couple of the normal pace deliveries to get used to the pace, and then bowl a slower ball.
Yeah. I suppose there's a chicken and the egg. I mean, that's again what the batter would be expecting, would be an on-pace delivery. Yeah. So you're trying to fool him up front. So you're always trying to get in your opponent's head, I suppose.
It wasn't a bad slower ball, actually.
It wasn't a badly pitched slower ball. I can understand, you know, I wouldn't be expecting a slower ball. And often batters are a bit jumpy and a bit early when they first get out there.
True. At point just for a single.
Keanu remembers the Malmo collapse, the greatest collapse he's ever watched. And it was Yusuf Sahak who took 4 wickets in 4 balls, and I think that was the first time we'd ever seen it. I think we've seen it twice since then. But actually it was 5 wickets in 5 balls. The 5th one was a run out, and there was a run. But they were out of wickets. We couldn't believe it. It was an absolute miracle match. That was at Lance Corona last year. Or 2 years ago, I should say. Last time I was there. Don't think we'll get down there this year, which is disappointing.
Going to be caught, is it? Yes, it will be. Another wicket for Jawad Ahmed.
That's the big wicket of Rajmani now. Well, Danny, maybe you've sniffed something out that no one else saw. But that's the end of 7 overs, 74 for 5. Rajmani's had a bit of a fairy tale game, though, hasn't he? But he won't see it through to the happy ending because he's going to have to go. He goes for 34. And a fairly solid catch taken there by Adil Ahmed. Makes it 74 for 5.
I've got to say for Trentino, the Jawad Ahmed's over. This is the first really tight over of the innings.
Yeah, he's known what he's doing, right? He's been clever with his pace variations and also his line. Let's have a look at what's coming up, and this should be a good one. Brescia CC 1-0. They took care of Trentino Aquila this morning, taking on Bergamo CC that we'll see for the second time in the tournament, but the first time today. And that's match 13 coming your way in around about 20 minutes. 2 high-quality teams. Can Baljit Singh fire for Bergamo CC and can Brescia CC continue their winning start? Anyway, it's a little flick away. Could be another one. And it's taken. Wow. Jawad Ahmed takes a catch now. Had a deal with the wicket. Oh, you said we might have an epic collapse. I mean, I suppose it is. I'll calculate it, but I can tell you right now, the score is 74 for 6.
Yeah, well, we saw an epic collapse for the Trentino in the Trentino innings, and then we've just seen a couple of quick wickets.
They were 67 for 2, and so that means they've lost kind of 4 wickets for, what's it now, 76, did I say, 74? So they've lost 4 wickets for 7, but they have lost the last 3 for 5, yeah, with a boundary there, 4 for 7. I mean, they still should get there. But the only way you're going to win, I think, if you're Trentino Aquila, is you've got to bowl them out.
Well, absolutely. There's no way that they won't score these 11 runs off 3 overs.
Right. Over to Shiraz Afzal.
Oh, good bowling.
I mean, you say you couldn't stop them getting the 11, but, I mean, I suppose maybe you could if they got Uber, just because obviously the batting team know, well, the only way we're going to get lose the games if we're bowled out. So, I mean, they might go Uber defensive. I think it's probably a good time to maybe bring an extra fielder up. That's what they're doing right now, and try and build some pressure that way. Because, again, these 11 runs are not going to make themselves.
Well, this game is completely
Jawad Ahmed's still
gone.
Still got the next over as well.
Yeah, this game is completely gone 2 overs ago. That's nice and tight chance for it.
See, that's the sort of one. You'd hate giving away a run there. At least Kebo Shah was prowling, but he couldn't get down to it. Makes it 10 to win, but I feel like it could be a bit of a nervous 10 at the moment. Rajmani Singh is out there. To be honest though, Rajmani, he only really knows one way. He's a guy that I like watching bat as well. See how he approaches this.
Could be over in 2 balls. Just leaves it.
Yeah, that's fine, I think.
Yeah, well, I don't want to watch too many of those. It's a
Yeah.
pretty good ball.
It's a good ball. It's smart. Saying, okay, you want to go for it. They've got kind of 3 infielders in the offside, just trying to prevent that single. Oh, very tense finish that we didn't see coming, really. Potentially tense finish. Oh, boy. Could just be 1, maybe 2. Oh, wow. What a shot.
Late cut.
Better late than never. Oh, it's almost kind of at least stopped by Kamran Hussain, the keeper. So that's why you feel like they have to get there, but it's hardly convincing at the moment from Cricket Stars.
Just very tentative. You can see the nerves starting to come through. Comes in again, and big swing and a miss. Or is it an edge? It's gone. Well, there's a wide one. Got a little tickle on it, and that's another wicket.
A little end of the bat kind of feather, I think. Otherwise, it was potentially a wide. Maybe not a wide, actually. Maybe sneaks inside. But, yeah, you can see he looked a bit guilty, didn't he, there as well, the batter. And so, Rajmani Singh, the next man to go, gets a French 2, but that's all he gets. And 77 for 7, the slot machine, and suddenly, out of nowhere, they're eyeing off the jackpot here. Could they burgle this one, Trentino Aquila? Surely not, Danny.
Well, it's just been a weird game. It was Trentino Aquila cruising until they lost 7 for 13. And now Cricket Stars are basically in the same situation. And it's tighter bowling. Javad Ahmed is going to be taking, I'm sure, the last over.
Here's the...
There's 2 overs.
They should get an extra minute for that. I don't think it's been put on yet, but 3 minutes 30 to bowl the last. To bowl this over, I should say. It's the second last over.
Yeah.
Javad Ahmed, though, he's got his tail up.
Yeah,
He's 3 wickets away from victory here. That's the way you could look at it.
Well, he's taken 2 for 5 in his first
I
over.
like this field. I mean, they're choking the single. Gets through him, though. If he fields that, I don't think they get a run. But having said that, what you've done is you've brought Jabbar Afzal on strike. He's batting with Shiraz Afzal, and he hasn't faced the ball yet. So now I think, you'd rather gamble, especially on this field. If it gets through the infield, it's not necessarily 4. No. So if you can actually just cut it off at the source and keep it at nothing, then you're in business.
That's a thing with sweepers. Could be
Should
a
be
run
gone.
out. And, they've managed to ruin that.
Oh, they didn't know what he was doing there. He needed to underarm to the bowler who's in perfect position. But he didn't pick it up cleanly, Ali Saqib Ashad. That's the problem. And so by the time he picked it up, he kind of panicked the throw a bit. They're kind of actually forming an orderly queue here. But what you don't see there is the initial fumble.
Oh, it's just a low throw.
And he hits the stumps with his hand.
Yeah.
So, what a bit of an opportunity missed that was for Trentino.
Oh, that could be close. And it's a not out from the umpire. Might have been a bit high, I think.
Felt it probably pitched outside leg stump with the angle he's coming.
He's a
I
tall
thought it
man
might have been
too.
a cutter. Let's have a look. It wasn't a cutter, but it does pitch outside leg stump.
Yeah, it does.
Looking at this. Yeah, I think it's a good call. Really good call.
Yep.
Back pad, hitting in line, hitting the stumps, but for me, it bounces outside the leg stump. All right.
Dot ball,
6 off 9. They almost called a run out there as well.
Oh, it's another good ball.
Wow.
This is getting tight.
And you can see they're looking for runs that aren't there now. Shiraz Afzal back on strike. Oh, wow. This has come out of nowhere.
Well, they're not the quickest between the wickets as we saw before.
This is what we love about the European Cricket Network. I would have put my house, your house, the whole company payroll that they would have done this easily.
It's a full toss and it's dropped.
Oh, pick it up and run him out. Oh, all right. We didn't do that either. At least Saqib Ashad's had a bit of a shocker in the field in this 9th over as they literally are creeping towards this target. I mean, it was a catching chance first. If you drop that, and then it fell closer to the stumps. And he says, well, if you're not running, I'm going to throw it. It still would have been gone if he hit,
He's nailed the bowler, though, in the knee.
Wow. All right. Last ball of the night. Oh.
Dot ball is...
Even that was lucky. The keeper missed it, but he kicked it to the fielder. We got to finish on here with an over to go. His score is 80 for 7.
How did that miss the stumps?
Wow. And if they were to defend this 84, it'll only be, I think, maybe the 8th time a team's been bowled out before the end of the 10th over and won the game. If we only get 4 off this over, and I wouldn't count it out the way things are going, then we'll have a golden ball tiebreaker. This is really, really tight. Oh, boy.
Sadakat Ali is the bowler.
All right, yeah, well, beg, borrow or steal. You need 5 runs, Cricket Stars.
Good start. This could be out, but it won't be. It'll just be a single. They'll look for 2. They might get the 2, actually.
Should be gone.
Yeah, it will be gone. Great throw. What a great throw.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. He's out if the ball hits the stumps, but I'm not convinced that Cameron Hassan has got the ball on the stumps cleanly. What happens? This will tell the story. Oh, the ball hits the stumps. So he has hit the stumps with his hands, but the ball's hit the stumps first. So it's going to be out. So he looks like a genius, basically. Let's have a. Or is it the elbow that hits the stumps?
Oh. Yeah. Well, the ball.
Is it the elbow, or is it? Look at the base of the leg stump, though. Oh, I can't really tell.
Maybe from front on, we could see if it hit the. But it's been given not out.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I thought the ball might hit the stumps as well. Obviously not. And I guess if there's doubt, you kind of got to give it against the keeper in that situation. So exactly. They do get 2 out of nowhere. So 3 to win now. And now he's gone. He is gone. So Afzal does get the strike back, but an 8th wicket falls. Danny Hudacek, you are visionary because you saw something coming that I didn't read in the tea leaves. It's Sadakat Ali with the breakthrough. Little edge, handled this time. No problems from Cameron Hussain. And it's 82 for 8.
Oh, what's going on, Vinny? They can't possibly lose, can they? They can't lose this, the Stars. There's no way.
They're 2 runs away from tying this game. The thing is, if you had a golden ball, I mean, they're making ones look so hard. How are they going to get 2? Anyway, Lucky comes out looking like a Bollywood star, doesn't he? He's got the big earring on. He's hatless, showing as much of his head to the world as he can. And Amandeep Singh, he's crowded. He's got company in the infield. Just got kind of 3 outfielders on the leg side. 3 to win, 4 to come now. Wide. Now they could throw away a wicket here. They go to the bowler and they mess that up too. This ties the game. Wow. And they've worked so hard to work their way back into the game, but then Sadakat Ali gets it completely wrong to the number 10. And I mean, what's Jabbar Afzal doing? He's just running no matter what. He ran to the keeper, but the keeper couldn't hold on.
Now
wow.
A huge wide as well, Vinny.
All right. Well, now, I mean, 2 wickets away from a golden ball.
Yeah.
And I think fielding team huge favourites in a golden ball. But any score wins it for Cricket Stars. Score's tied 84-84.
Oh, got in! Oh, Vinny, what's going on?
Oh, my word. Wow. It's 84 for 9. Scores are still tied. The number 11 is going to have to try and come out and win the game. Rajmani Singh has been waiting in the wings. He just tries to pull across the ball that's not even that short, I suppose. Doesn't really bounce. Off stump is out of here. And so is the batter, Jabbar Afzal. He was desperate to get down that end. I mean, I'd love to know exactly what's happening right now for Rajmani Singh in his body as he's walking to the crease. Again, now it stops you kind of taking a super risky run.
They'll go for it.
You've got 3 chances to win the game, right?
Yeah, true. But I still think they'll go for it.
I think they will because they'll panic. And there's a proper Lance Klusner, Alan Donald 1999 job on the cards here. And, yeah, so, I mean, I would say first ball, I'm just trying to make good contact, hit it through the field. Second ball, it's only the last ball I'm running no matter what, I think. Second ball, I'd probably take on a bit more of a risky run. But we have 8 infielders, just a deep mid-wicket, not even all the way back, just floating back for a possible catching opportunity.
It's going to be a dodgy edge through the vacant slip area, Vinny.
What a finish. Danny Hudacek, I still can't believe that you've seen this coming. All right. So, this is going to be Rajmani Singh, the number 11 for Cricket Stars. He has 3 chances to win this game. Any score will win it for the batting team.
Bowler comes in and it's, oh, good ball. Really good ball.
Remember, wicket forces a golden ball, and even if you're bowled out, you can still have a golden ball because the not-out batter faces. We have seen that a couple of times. Oh, this is what I love about cricket. I mean, sometimes we see runs so easy to come by. People that say it's a batter's game, oh, just have a look at this right now. This is one time the bowlers and the fielders there. And look, are right on top. But look at everyone how tense they are, because all these results matter in the table. Here we go. Second chance for Sukraj. As for Sadakat Ali, can he hold on?
It's a bit of chatter, I think, from the fielders.
I think he is thinking of the little dab, though. That's an easy way to get one, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you get a little one past the keeper, it's a fairly low-risk way to get one. But then it's high risk that you might miss the ball completely.
Here comes a bowler. Coming in. A couple of balls left. And he's gone!
Oh, it's a golden ball! Oh, it's a golden ball. Can you believe it, Danny?
That is a fantastic effort from Trentino after a terrible start with wayward bowling. They've come back and they've bowled the Cricket Stars out for 84.
Oh, my word. 84. Now, we've had 20 wickets. I think this is the first time we've seen a golden ball in a match where 20 wickets have fallen. I think it's only the third time we've seen 20 wickets fall in a match anyway. So, what does this mean? So it means Amandeep Singh, lucky, who has not faced a legal ball. He faced the ball when it was a wide and they scrambled it. He needs 2 to win off the golden ball.
Who would you bowl?
Good question. I think I'd stick with Sadakat Ali. He's got 3 for 16. What are your other options here?
Jawad
Ahmed. Jawad Ahmed's a bit tempting as well.
I would bowl
armour.
Jawad Ahmed for sure.
Yeah, maybe Jawad Ahmed. Oh, wow, this is going to be huge. So here we are. If you're new to ECM, we've broken the golden ball streak, and we've broken it at 40. So we went 40 matches without a golden ball, and we're about to see golden ball 45. You can see we last had a golden ball 9 days ago. This is the timeline of golden ball wins. Batters had a great start. We can see the bowlers have had the better of it, and you've got to favour the bowling team because you cannot face a golden ball if you're out. So there's only one player in that batting team that's not out, and it's Amandeep Singh who's going to have to face. This year it's 3-4. These are all the golden balls this year. So we had 5 golden balls in Malta. The first one was actually same situation. They were bowled out, and it was an LBW. And we've had 3 wins. Twice, it was actually, I think, drop catches that caused the win. We had a 6 win the game for the Majuba Blasters back in golden ball 42. But since then, we've had wickets on golden balls, a catch and a run out in the last 2 golden balls. One of them was in the ECL. Hornchurch versus Bevan, and then, most recently, Limassol's Army versus Nick Sea Fighters. That was a crazy one, whereas a drop catch, he threw at the stumps when he didn't need to at all, but hit the stumps, and it didn't matter. So let's get back to the action here, and here's the question, like you said. Do you bowl, you stick with Sadakat Ali, do you go back to Jawad Ahmed? And we're about to find out. But I tell you who the most nervous man on the field is Amandeep Singh. Because he's going to have to face it. And look, they've gone for another option. No, they have gone back to Sadakat Ali. And again, well, you know what? One thing I'm gonna say this: we've never seen a wide or a no ball on a golden ball, and this is now golden ball 45. So we're talking like 7.2 overs without a no ball or a wide.
That would just get the ball rebowled, right?
Yeah,
and then it'd be 1 to win.
Correct. Yeah. So, wow, this is crazy, really.
I do feel for Amandeep. He's come in he came in at number 10, I think, right? And he hasn't faced a ball. Well, he's faced 1. He faced the wide. And none of the previous batsmen have really got bat and ball apart from that court. So it's interesting field. They've got a sweeper.
Well, the thing is, you can
side.
afford to have everyone back on the circle at least because it's only a 2. But the thing is, they're going for 2, so you need to try and you probably have to pinch a bit more because the non-strike, he's going to be going on contact or anyway.
Yeah. Mancad.
Yeah, Mancad. I mean, you only have 1 wicket in hand. If you Mancad someone, you win the game because a wicket finishes the game as well.
I know you're a fan of the man, Cad, to level things up, but I'm still not a fan.
I mean, you'd back yourself. You've got a guy that hasn't faced a legal delivery. And so, yeah, here we go. It's going to be a big finish, to say the least.
What a game, Vinny.
And Amandeep Singh, the pressure on this guy. Sadakat Ali, the pressure's on him too. It is going to be golden ball 45, live from Milan. Here's Sadakat.
Oh, don't do it to us. What are you doing? Sadakat Ali. Bowl it. Come on, bowl it. Let's see what happens. Sadakat Ali bowling to Amandeep Singh. Final ball, golden ball. And it's short.
Oh,
and
it would have been wide. And that's going to be it. And they're going to try for a second. They're going to try and work it out. As long as they get this, it's done.
That's it.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That was going to be a wide. It wasn't. He hit it anyway. Didn't take his chances. And, well, can you believe it? Trentino Aquila have stolen a victory from nowhere. And they do take points away from their first day in the competition.
Oh, it's a fantastic finish. Trentino Aquila, this game had a bit of everything. Had good partnerships, had good batting, had terrible batting, had fantastic bowling, had terrible bowling, and a golden ball. So, got a feel for Amandeep Singh and the cricket stars.
Do you want the final note on the collapse? We talked about it. They were cruising it at 67 for 2. They lost their last 8 wickets for just 17 runs. And just like that, golden ball for 45 is won by Trentino Aquila, a team that have so long been so close on ECN. Now they get the big scalp of cricket stars. And cricket stars, I mean, I'm kind of happy for them that they've got more cricket to come today. They've got 2 more matches, and that'll be a distant memory, because that is the kind of soul-crushing, I hate to use the word choke, but it's a soul-crushing victory denied that could just set you back in the tournament.
Have we seen 2 such epic collapses in ECN history?
I don't think so. This is what's coming up next, and we'll probably have a bit of a delay. In fact, it'll be delayed by 10 minutes due to the golden ball. So that's coming in about 15. Pressure CC take on Bergamo CC live from the MCG. Over to you, Danny Hudacek. Let's have a look at this start, and it really was an innings in 2 halves, wasn't it? I mean, Rajmani dominated the first half of this.
Absolutely. It was a really loose start from Trentino Aquila and Gurpreet Singh especially. He went for 20 off his first over. Did take a wicket, but really was loose, and it was loose from the skipper as well. And they were pretty much cruising with the cricket stars. Did lose a couple of wickets, but I know they went down there. Hope the fielder's okay. He did take one at the end of the fingers, and here was the run out. So a couple of wickets went down pretty early, but they were really cruising, were the cricket stars. And then it just all fell apart for them. That was the controversial one where it's just to be not out. And it was fantastic batting from Rajmani Singh, the left-hander, who is definitely the man of the match, even though he's on the losing team. Taking a hat-trick in the first innings and 5 for 4. Also the top scorer with 34 off 22. And some lovely 6 on the leg side. And then clipped another one away. But then he fell. It's the chance for the run out. It was the run out. It was launched by the skipper in the middle stump. So that's the end of Lovepreet, the skipper, and that was the start of the collapse. That's Rajmani, who hold out there. I think this is the one. That's it. And that was the last of the recognised batsmen, really. And then just the wickets kept on falling for this Cricket Stars team, much like the first innings. That was the one out wide, the little bottom edge. And then an LBW. That wasn't given. But didn't really matter. That was the drop catch and then a missed run out. But it was all happening. There was a pressure on both sides. And it was Sadakat who ended up getting a couple of wickets late that brought it back. That was the again, just another opportunity missed for Trentino. You think they were gone. Only a couple of runs needed. And that was the wide that got them an extra 2 runs there. And that was lucky. The only ball he faced before he faced the golden ball. And it just, wickets just kept on going down. Not enough runs on the board for the Cricket Stars. And you can see them there. That, okay, we'll be fine. And then this one, the final wicket. It's the skipper who takes the catch off Sadakat. And it went down to the golden ball. And it was Rajmani Singh who had to face it. And he chased a wide one. And then they tried all sorts to try to get that 2 they needed to win. And finally, run out. And a big win to Trentino Aquila. What a fantastic game. 2 epic collapses. Some very good cricket, mainly from Rajmani Singh. And a win for Trentino Aquila, who put their first points on the board. Well, let's have a look at this scorecard. It looked much the same, I think, as the Trentino Aquila one. Rahman at the top, missed out a little bit. Good catch by Lovepreet. Rajmani, 34. Ramzan, run out for 11. A couple of run outs up top. And then it was all in single figures. Shekhawat with 5 and Afzal Sherazal fell on 5. But not quite getting there. Gurpreet very loose with the bowling with 26. Took a wicket. But Sadakat Ali, that main man in the end, taking 3 for 16. I think Jawad Ahmed also made a huge difference to this game, taking 2 for 8. So, what a game. I think I need to get my breath back. Trentino Aquila winning on a golden ball. Both teams being dismissed as well. Bit of a rarity here in match 12 of the European Cricket Series in Milan. Fantastic game. I'm sure we'll have more to come. It's Brescia CC against Bergamo. Brescia CC we saw this morning. Bergamo we saw.
Hello cricket lovers and welcome back to this European Cricket Series in Bologna at this new Fabio Fabri cricket ground. The news unfortunately is no better from the update I gave you last time before of course you watched that classic match. It's still rained pretty heavy. Rain is stopping slowly. There's a little bit of drizzle around, but of course the ground has really been absolutely saturated. Where everywhere I walk at the moment there is so much surface water. I know that the players, the ECN crew and of course the match officials are doing their best to try and remove most of this water, but of course we're just relying on nature to play its part as well. Need some more sunshine, as I've said before, and we need the water to start to go down. So unfortunately The second match that we had scheduled here for today, Trentino Aquila taking on Bologna, also will be abandoned. So that means we'll go to another classic match. We're going to stay with Danny Hudacek back in 2023, and he's going to talk us through the match between Fresh Tropical taking on Bergamo. So enjoy the classic match, but in the meantime, keep an eye on your screens, and if there is any further updates, I will come on and let you know.
So it will be Bilal Hamid, as per usual, to open the bowling for Fresh Tropical. And Baljit Singh will be opening the batting with Sudita Darashiko. A little bit further down the order with Baljit. He's not been in great form this tournament, but he is a class player. So hopefully for both the viewers out there and also for Baljit Singh and his team, he'll start to hit the ball as cleanly as what we've seen him in the past. So great game to start today's play, and we have Bilal Hamid with the first ball, bowling to Baljit. He beats him outside off stump. There is a little bit of movement early here. In fact, sometimes it's a lot more than a little bit. There is cloud cover, so there should be a bit of swing. And Baljit does move the ball a lot. This pitch is very interesting as well. It's Calcestra, which is different to every other pitch in Europe. That's under the surface as well as the matting on top. And it does give quite a bit for the bowlers. And you'll see that Bilal Hamid will generally swing the ball out, and then the ball will often cut off the pitch with the swing. He comes in again, and this is over the top. Pretty safe shot, going towards the boundary, and we'll reach it. And that's the first 4 runs for Bergamo CC. First boundary of the day. And as you know, there are field restrictions over the first 3 overs. Only 2 players allowed outside the circle, the 30-metre circle. And Bilal Hamid comes in to bowl again. It's down leg side, called a wide. Anything past that leg stump will be called a wide if it doesn't hit the batsman or doesn't go off the bat. So anything that misses leg stump is called a wide, and you'll see also an indicator line outside off stump. That gives the umpires a good indication as to whether it's a wide outside off. Baljit hits it straight. There's a man there at long on, just be a single. And it'll bring Pramod Sudita on strike. So just a regulation field, pretty much. There's a short, fine leg. There's the 2 players out. One at long on, you just saw. And also, actually, the fielder who was deep at cover has now moved in. And there's a man at deep mid-wicket. Just on leg side, turned around the corner slightly. I think he got a bit of an edge to it. In fact, it might be called a leg by. It will be. Bit of a tentative start from both teams. 7 on the board already. You hear the birds singing in the background. Lovely ground this. Hamid comes in again and beats him outside off. As you can see the movement. Baljit's not happy with himself. He followed that one. Could well have got an edge. It's a bit of a nothing shot. Let's have another look at it. As you can see this outswing, and he just tried to poke at it. But it's inside that tram line. You can see. Here comes Bilal Hamid again. And just poked out to the covers, and a comfortable single. Just want to welcome everyone in the chat, and also everyone around the world who's watching this game. So Kai Bay, good morning all. Sunday cricket is underway. Yes, it is. And as we see here, Fresh Tropical, their bowlers, Bilal Hamid, who you just saw, is their top wicket taker at the moment. And you'll see Asim Ali, the off spinner, will come in a little bit later, and Zaid Chima, who you'll see now, the captain, always contributes well. And for Bergamo CC, Darashiko normally opens the batting. He's their top run getter at the moment. And Buljit, who really hasn't hit form, has scored the second highest number of runs, only 67 so far in the tournament. I'm sure we'll see the best of him soon. As we come back to live action, this is Zaid Chima, the skipper, and it's a good ball again. Got good pace as Chima. He's normally very attacking in at the stumps. This one moves away. It's a bit of a swing and a miss there from Buljit. He's very direct, is Chima. Right at the stumps quite often. He's got a very good Yorker, and you often see the stumps cartwheel when Chima's bowling. Comes in again. Bowling to Buljit. This one's hit over the top. It looks safe. Don't think it'll reach the boundary, and it won't. He's past the infield. But he was pretty straight. Gave no chance for the fielder at long on to come around. Didn't quite get hold of it. It was coming towards me, actually. And as I said, not timing the ball yet is Buljit. That's a good move, I think, for him to open. Comes Chima again. It's outside off stump. Called a wide. Still a bit of a swing from the batsman. As you can see, Chima comes in, and it's that line you can see. It's a dark line between the about a metre and a bit away from the batsman. It's deemed a sort of a fair hit, strike zone, if you like, inside that line. Comes in again, turned around the corner. That's a nice shot by Buljit. Let's have another look. He turns around the corner, flicks it, and that is the first 6 of the day. Lovely shot, and that's what we like from Buljit. He's got such a compact style, doesn't overdo things when he's in form, and he looks like he's starting to get a bit of form, which is very, very good news for Bergamo CC. And he has captained Italy at an ECC, European Cricket Championship. And Zaid comes in again. This one's hit straight to the fielder, and he's gone. Well, he tried to hit it over the top. It's a really good catch there from Zain Naqvi. He doesn't miss too many, though. There's Naqvi, and Buljit. He misses out again, looking a little bit better than what he had been during the start of the week. Just tried to get it over Zain Naqvi, and it was a matter of centimetres. I don't think he could do much higher off the ground there, Naqvi. So that's the end of Buljit. But he's starting to hit the ball pretty well, is Buljit, and it was just a fraction too low. Anything higher would have been 4 runs, and we would still seen a Buljit up there. So Sudhita is yet to face a ball. He's joined out there by Darashiko, who's a very talented cricketer, both with the bat and the ball. He used to play for Chividate. He was a star of that team. Here comes Chima, bowling to Shiko, and nicely beaten outside off stump. Quality bowler is Zaid Chima. Can't quite believe he didn't get an edge. So Darashiko, he's top run scorer at the moment for Bergamo CC. He's sort of a very well balanced side, but good variety in the bowling and a lot of depth with the batting. There's Chima again. It's outside off and it beats him again. Wow, that's good bowling. And a pretty good over there from Chima. There's one that's straight on leg side that got put away by Buljit. Apart from that, picks up a wicket. And Bergamo CC 17 for 1 after 2. So we'll finally get to see Pramod Sudhita on strike. He's just watched the first 2 overs As we see the table, Fresh Tropical there. So there are equal on points there with Janjul Brescia. He did go down yesterday to Cividate in a very good effort from Cividate, who's pumped up to 4th place. They do have played 8 games, only a couple of games left for Cividate. Still got a very good chance of getting in the top 4. Bilal Hamid continues again, beaten outside off. Just that early movement in these innings, and often there's a bit of dew on the surface early in the morning. It's just after 9:30 here at local time, and the ball, when it gets wet, will stop swinging. But it's been pretty good so far. Ball still swinging in the 3rd over. As Hamid comes in again. This one's on leg side. Couldn't put it away. Sudita. It's a bit of a gift. And it's, as I said, still early in the morning. First game for these two today. And it's a bit short. And it has hit Sudita in a place which probably doesn't tickle. So Bilal Hamid, top wicket taker so far for Fresh Tropical. It's opened the bowling very well. This one's tucked around the corner. Similar looking ball. It won't get to the boundary. Come back for 2. Look at this ground. It's quite a spongy field. The grass is it's cut pretty low. It's been cut a couple of times this week. But there's a bit of moisture under the surface because of some rain we had yesterday. Yesterday morning and overnight 2 nights ago. So as the week went on, we had baking sun. It was a nice temperature for cricket. It really dried out the field, and it was getting faster and faster. And it's still a little bit better than what it was on the first day, but it slowed down just a fraction over the last day and a half. Comes Hamid again, and again, big swing and a miss there from Sudita. Good bowler is Bilal Hamid. He normally takes the 1st and 3rd overs. Chima will normally take the 2nd, and then they change bowlers and keep one in reserve. It's the captain, Zahid Chima. Will probably just do the... it's an appeal. It looked a bit high to me, maybe going down leg. Chima normally takes himself off. And so we'll see possibly Asim Ali come on. Let's have another look at this. And probably a little bit high, I'd say. Let's have a look from side on. Yeah, you see, definitely going over. Good decision from the umpire. And this has been hit over the top. Lovely shot. And it's landed on top of that cricket net. Well, very nice shot from Sudita. And very safe as well with the field restriction still in to go over the top of that offside field. And that's a lovely shot. And at the end of the over, end of the power play, Bergamo CC are 25 for 1. So it's a good spell from Hamid. Spoilt a little bit by the last ball. That's what you get in this form of cricket. Sometimes your figures come off looking pretty poor, even though you really haven't done that much wrong. So we'll bring Dara Shiko back on strike. He's yet to score. The new bowler will be Zain Naqvi, the man who took the catch earlier. A big hello to Vinny Sandu in the commentary box. He is not. He is in Prague at the moment. He'll be joining us again in a couple of days. Zain Naqvi coming in and just poked it. Short mid wicket, just a single. But he's on the chat. And a big hello to him. So Naqvi, he's a very, very important player for this Fresh Tropical side. He will open the batting. He's probably the star with the bat. And he's a pretty handy bowler as well. Comes in again, bowling to Sudita, who hooks him for 6. That's a beautiful shot. Wow. Lovely, lovely shot. Just a bit short and just leant back and crashed it into the trees. hit the white tree this time. All these trees in flower. And, well, he's hit the white one. There's a pink one next to it. Don't know if he's going to go for the white tree and then the pink tree and then the potato field. All on that side of the ground. Nakvi have to improve. It's just poked out into the covers. Just a single. Better line length. Can't afford to bowl short here on this pitch. It will do quite a bit for the bowlers. It does move sideways. It'll keep lower sometimes. There's the odd one. It's very rare, little kick. Here comes Nakvi again. And this one is hit on the leg side, and another 6. And it looks, it's Darashiko this time. And it's just angled into him, and he's gone with the angle, and that's just bounced off the fence. Prevented another lost ECN ball. That potato farmer in autumn is going to pick up a lot of unusual white leather potatoes. Darashiko facing Nakvi again. This one's cut away through the gap. Don't think it'll reach the boundary. And they'll come back for 2. Got it off the toe of the bat. Didn't quite middle it. And an expensive over from Nakvi. They do have a lot of bowling options though. Fresh Tropical, Asim Ali as I mentioned. Also Sikandar Abbas, who comes wide of the crease, angles it in. And again, this one's a good ball right in the block hole. Straight back to the bowler, and that's the end of the over. And 16 from it. It's a good final ball. And at the end of the over, Bergamo CC are 41 for 1. Going at about 10 and over. Not bad at the moment. They've only lost 1 wicket as well, that of the skipper. So have a look at the graph. It's lost the wicket in the second over. Still slowly going up. It's just around 10 and over at the moment. Interesting to see who bowls next for Fresh Tropical. And looks like it's Sikandar Abbas, actually, who, as you can see, bowls. He's going to bowl way wide from the crease, and he angles it in. Quite unusual. It'll be just a single. Well called through by Darashiko. Sudhir just watched it for a while. Comfortable single though. So he's an interesting bowler. Is Abbas. He angles the ball in and sometimes swings it as well. But this one's just poked down on the leg side just for a single. So it comes from an awkward angle, but if he gets it, he's got a very small margin for error. If he gets it slightly too straight, then it can be quite comfortably flicked away on the leg side. Saying that, he's very effective. That's good bowling. It doesn't take much to get this type of bowling wrong. Abbas is a very, very good bowler. Vital for this Fresh Tropical side. And that's good ball again outside off stump. Kept a little bit lower. Sudhir didn't really know what to do with it. Sort of a very open chest. And thus Abbas often front on bowls like that will bowl in swing, and when the ball is swinging, he will get the ball to come in quite sharply. This one's hit over the top. There's a man out there. And they'll look for 2, and they'll get it comfortably. Good running there from Darashiko. Called it early. It's been a pretty good over here so far from Abbas. 1 ball remaining. And here's Abbas, and just on the leg side. Just turned around the corner. Just be another single. And that's the end of the over. A pretty good one there from Abbas, only 5 from it. And Bergamo CC are 46 for 1. As we see, the daily run rates It started off at 9.6, it dipped a little bit through the week, and then it's starting to rise again as these players are getting a bit more form. And so 9.6, overall it's 9.4, the average for but 9.6 yesterday. We saw some really good hitting. We saw a score of 123, which is the highest score of yesterday. The highest score of the tournament's 143, both by Chividate. Another team has hit around about 120 as well. Apart from that, 95 is about a par score, as you could see. But something about 10 runs below that is still very defendable on this ground. So as I said, the pitch will do a little bit for the bowlers. Just depends on how the bowlers use the pitch. Hi to Maya Patel in the chat as well. This new bowler is Asim Ali. Bowls a bit short and dragged it from outside off stump. Did Sudhita, just to the man at long on. It's Saeed Chima. Asim Ali, again, a really good bowler. Took a bit of stick against Chividate yesterday. Bowling to Dara Shiko. It's short and rubbish. And put away just. Zain Naqvi out there. He won't drop many, and he couldn't quite reach it. So he got his angles and his elevation right then, did Dara Shiko. As you can see, Zain Naqvi, he was just tall enough to take the catch of Baljit Singh, but not tall enough. Take that one off Dara Shiko. Well, he comes back with a nice ball outside of stump. Tried to drag it again. Did the batsman. Here comes Asim Ali again. This one's again dragged from outside off. There's a man at short wind wicket, which is a really good fielding position here. Because anything mishit on the leg side will generally go in that direction. He hit straight, lovely shot, and 6 runs. Well, he's been trying to drag everything from outside off stump to the leg side, and he's finally realised there is an offside. It's a half volley, and lovely shot over that long off fieldsman for 6. Been expensive so far from Ali, and Ichiko charges him, and he's got his man stumped. That's a big wicket. Asim Ali taking a bit of stick, but let's have a look from the side. He charges him, and nice take. Fumbled a little bit, the keeper maybe, but no doubt in that decision. And that's the end of a very good batsman in Dara Shiko, was starting to hit the ball very cleanly. And Bergamo CC now 59 for 2 off 6. So again, the run rate going at about 10 and over. Sudhita's still out there, and Mandeep Singh is the new batsman for Bergamo CC. Asim Ali, that's sometimes the rope you've got to balance on as a spinner. Sometimes you take a bit of stick, but then you often get your man, and that's what Asim Ali did then. It's quite important. Dara Shiko, when he gets going, it's very, very good hitter of the cricket ball. Very talented cricketer all up. 22 off 12, but 12 of those came in that last over. So he's just starting to hit the ball cleanly. So it'll be Sikandar Abbas to continue. And just turn around the corner. Should just be a single. There's a man there, backward square. That's what happens. Sometimes Abbas will get the angles wrong. Got away with it then. And it'll bring Mandeep on a strike. Abbas coming in, bowling to Mandeep, and it's a good ball, just prodded into the covers. Soft hands there, just a single. Sudhita is now on strike, 21 from 16. And he's hit quite a few nice shots. And just prodded off to point, no single. Sudhita, well, he's been holding his end. And one of these two will start to have to accelerate the run scoring soon. So again, it's down leg side by the bowler, just not put away by Sudhita. It's been a good start from Bergamo CC, going about 10 and over, but they will, as I said, have to try to accelerate it. It's a very good bowling lineup for Fresh Tropical though. Comes Abbas, down leg side, and umpire not interested. A little shout for a run out as well. Not too serious, I think. Let's have another look at this. It angles it, and I think it's definitely missing leg. Do see the stumps though. Hard to tell. It's so difficult for an LBW decision from Abbas, because he will move the ball in on the angle, and sometimes it does swing. I think that was headed down leg side. Good decision from the umpire. As you see, a little underarm throw, and let's have a look. Just home. Good running there. Nice slide of the bat there from Mandeep. In fact, it was Sudhita. We're facing the next balls. 22 off 18. Abbas, one ball left in his spell. And let's just get down to square leg just for a single. And a very good spell there from Sikandar Abbas. Didn't pick up a wicket, but his 2 overs only went for 9, which is very, very good. So, upcoming events. Next Thursday, we have a T20I series in Gibraltar, between Gibraltar, Portugal and Malta. That should be really good. Charlie Hunt will bring you that. And then at the end of this tournament is ECI 10 over internationals, then series in Austria and Bulgaria. Also, the final weekends will have T10 internationals from those venues. So, new bowler, or it's actually Asim Ali to continue. And it's a good start. Quite expensive off the first over, but did pick up an important wicket. So it's a little bit quicker, bit shorter. Naqvi's going back and won't reach it. He's dropped by one of the Bergamo CC players. Let's have another look. Just a little bit short there. Nice shot from Mandeep. In fact, it's Sudhita. Moves on to 29. Asim Ali can't afford to drop short on these short boundaries, because they will get launched. It's a better ball. Try to drag it from outside off. Just a single. And bring Mandeep on to strike. Asim Ali. A bit quicker. This one's just dragged to square leg. Mishit there by Mandeep. Just a single. Normally what happens, in fact it's leg by. What normally happens is if there's a 6 off and over, yeah, it does make a good platform. Oh, it's a bit of an appeal, and I think he's stumped as well, or maybe even run out. Asim Ali still appealing, doesn't realise the batsman's already been given out. Don't know if it's a stumping or a run out. Let's have a look. So he starts to run, and the keeper's got the ball, holds on to it. Let's have a look. So he misses it. The keeper's got the ball. Batsman starts to run, and he's run out. Not quite sure what the batsman was thinking. The keeper had the ball in his hand, and that's the end of Sudhita. An interesting piece of cricket. Didn't seem to fall forward. He just seemed to take off for a run while the keeper had the ball in his hand, just behind the stumps. And that's, I think it'll be called run out. I'll have to check with the scorers, but he was definitely off for a run rather than just stumbling forward. Asim Ali continued to appeal for an LBW. And it will be run out. And it brings out a new batsman, Sonu Lal. Who can certainly hit the cricket ball. And it's the end of Pramod Sudhita. We batted pretty well. Had a couple of nice shots, especially on the leg side. One over the top, also square. So two batsmen who have only faced 3 balls between them. Sonu Lal facing his first one from Asim Ali. He's got 1 ball left in his spell. Comes in, bowling to Lal. It's been cut away. Oh, sharp chance drop there at point. That was going fast to Javed Mahesh. Have another look at this. Comes off the bat very quickly. Didn't have much time to get out of the way. I think it was self-preservation. Did save 3 runs though, did Mahesh, which is probably a good result. And he's been dragged. He's no longer at point as Mahesh. He's got a bit of PTSD and goes down to a short, fine leg. So he doesn't get another one. Absolutely smashed at him. So Zaid Chima will bring himself back on. They've got a good system, I think, Fresh Tropical, and they stick to it with the bowling. As Chima comes in. It's a nice ball, right on line. This is the 9th over. It all happens on the 9th. And Chima, it's interesting with Chima, he's a very good bowler, and then he does hold himself back, and sometimes with that 2nd over, because he does bowl the 9th generally, he often is hittable because the ball's not swinging as much. Chima comes in again. And it's down leg side, turned around the corner. There's a man back there. They turned for 2. They won't get it. Just a single. And there's an appeal for some reason. I'm not sure why Chima was appealing. He might have hit the stumps. The batsman seemed well home. So that one, maybe a missed opportunity there from Mandeep. Let's have another look at this. So he's got his bat over the line, hits the stumps. Just a little appeal from Chima. No one else was interested. So he comes Zahid again. Bowling to Sonu Lal. He charges and doesn't make contact. It's a win for Fresh Tropical. 75 for 3 at the moment in the 9th. The run rate's dropped a bit. It's just under 9 and over. It's been good bowling from Fresh Tropical. Bergamo CC hasn't really been able to hit the ball as cleanly. Not too many boundaries recently. Comes in again. And again, a dot ball. Dot balls are so precious in this format. And it's been a good over so far from Chima. As I mentioned, when he bowls with a new ball, it's often swinging, and he's got good variation. And it's his 2nd over that sometimes goes for a few. Chima, it's not the case here. It's 1 for 11, couple of balls left in his spell. Here comes again. And he's bowled him. Well, that's it. That's how he picks up most of his wickets, does Zaid Chima. Bowling at those stumps and a good Yorker length delivery. And that's the end of Sonu Lal. Really good over here from Chima, especially at this point of the game. And that's absolutely perfect. Sonu Lal trying to get under the ball, can't quite do it. And Zaid Chima, the skipper, has given Fresh Tropical a lift here. 75 for 4. And they've kept Bergamo down. The scoring, it started off a little bit slowly and then really pumped up. And in overs, about overs 4 and 5, you get a sense that Bergamo were really starting to get on top a little bit. But now Fresh Tropical have dragged it back. Jaspal Ram is the new batsman, facing the last ball in Chima's spell. And that's just been nicely hit through the covers. And they'll look for 2. They'll get 2 comfortably. Good running. A nice proper cricket shot there from Jaspal Ram. So at the end of the 9th, Bergamo CC are 77 for 4. Zaid Chima with a very good spell, 2 for 13. off his 2 overs. And as we go into the last, we'll want to get into the 80s. With Bergamo CC. You see the bowling. Sikandar Abbas with only 9 from his 2 overs, kept it really tight. In fact, Asim Ali is, Zain Naqvi is the only one who's really been hit. And he will take the final over, Zain Naqvi. And this one's been dragged from outside off stump. It'll just be a single. And it was Baljit who really had to go at Naqvi's bowling in the first over. Don't think it'll be the same case here. I think he's a very good bowler, Naqvi. He's just got a couple, a little bit leg side-ish. There's bowling to Jaspal. It's in the air. Players coming in, and it goes down. They'll come back for 2 runs. And it was Bilal Hamid who almost lumbered to try to get to that. Got it right at the toe of the bat. Hamid was right on the boundary. Tried to get there, just never set. Naqvi comes in again. And it's off the toe of the bat. It's gone through the field. It's going towards the boundary. And that will be 4 runs. Right off the toe of the bat. Got enough of it though. And Naqvi is leaking a few runs in this innings. It was wide. A bit of a slash outside off stump from Jaspal. And they've got a pretty good target here. Set. Have Bergamo. Still 3 balls left. Through the covers again. And I think Hamid will do the fielding. In fact, he will come around and they'll come back for 2. Naqvi has been the bowler they've targeted. 25 so far if you spell. A bit expensive. They've been very disciplined with the bowling though. Not too many wides. I can remember a couple. Which is what the top teams normally do. They reduce the number of wides. Some of the other teams have been very, very expensive with that. And this could be a catch. Asim Ali comes in, takes a nice catch there. Naqvi gets a wicket. He came off the boundary, did Asim, and got set pretty well. Let's have another look at it. Took it off stump. It was the shot to play, and just didn't quite get enough of it. Nice catch coming in there from Asim Ali. Well judged catch. And so they lose another wicket to Bergamo CC. They are 86 for 5. Naqvi with 1 ball left. He'll be bowling that to Kuram Shahzad. We'll see him with the ball a little bit later for Bergamo CC. So a pretty good total set up by Bergamo as Naqvi comes in for the final ball of this innings. And it's a swing and a miss. They will go for 1. The keeper fumbles it, hits the stumps, but well, they're going to look at it and they're going for another one. And I think they've come back for 2. Depends on the first one. I don't think. Let's have another look. So it goes to the keeper who fumbles it. Just bounces in front of him, and we'll have a look if he hit the stumps. He hit the stumps at the player was back in. They take off for another run. Let's have a another look. So he hits the stumps, and then they take off for another one, and then the keeper takes the stump, doesn't take the stump out. So you can see that the ball hits the stumps or takes it to the stump. So I think they've come back for 2 because you have to take the stump out of the ground, I think. So we'll see what the final score is, and I'll confirm it with the tournament referee. But let's have a look at some of the highlights of this first innings of the day. And it was the skipper Baljit Singh who started off pretty nicely. Beautiful flick around the corner there. So compact is Baljit. And he hit this one. Just misjudged it. Really good catch there from Zain Naqvi. And the scoring kept on going pretty freely. That was Sudhir who took over the scoring. Brought Darashiko out as well, who played pretty well. He's a quality player, is Darashiko. That was a 6-y hit on the leg side. Another one just over Nakvi that time. And this one, a really nice shot on the offside, another 6. But he didn't last too long, did Shiko. Well stumped by the keeper. It was a front shake. Still get a few boundaries, but it was pretty hard going. And that was the ridiculous run out there of Sudita. And as if Hasim is still appealing, doesn't realise he's been run out. And that one's one that was absolutely rivaled at Maharsh. And just a few wickets go down. Really good bowling by Chima there. And then it was Nakvi getting a bit of a pasting in the final over. It was the drop catch. And then that one going out for 4. Quite expensive was Nakvi. But took a wicket there. Nice catch from Asim Ali. And all up, a pretty good effort from Bergamo CC. This was, I have to confirm whether it was 1 or 2, because he did come back for the second one. And the keeper didn't take the stump out. So I would say it's 2. Well, let's have to check with the scorers. See the final score. At this stage, it looks like it's 88 for 5. So 89 to win for Fresh Tropical. It's one of those ones where it could go either way. Baljit Singh started to look good, just misjudged one. 14 off 9. Sudito batted pretty well, 30 off 23. Darashiko looking really good until he was stumped by a shake off Asim Ali, 22 off 12. And little starts from other batsmen as well. Only 2 wides, really good bowling. Quite disciplined there from Fresh Tropical. See the bowling figures. Hamid and Zaid Chima there, as always, very good up the top of the innings. Chima picking up 2 wickets. 1 wicket for Nakvi, who got a bit of a pasting, and also for Asim Ali, who both players went for over 10 and over, and 2 good overs there from Sikandar Abbas. Only 9 runs coming from those 2. So 88 for 5, the final score. 89 to win for Fresh Tropical. They'll want to continue up the top of the table. Bergamo will like to jump up a few spots by beating a very good Fresh Tropical side. So we'll be back in a few minutes' time for this Fancode European Cricket Series game between Bergamo CC and Fresh Tropical, live here from Milan. And see you back in a few minutes' time.
The European Cricket Series is proudly brought to you by HCL Software, Fan Code, and Grizzly Bear Sports.
So, good morning and welcome back to this Fan Code European Cricket Series match between Fresh Tropical and Bergamo CC, live from Milan, Italy. And 88 is the total for Bergamo CC, 89 to win for Fresh Tropical. It's a little bit below a par score, but a very defendable total here for Bergamo CC, especially considering their bowling lineup. And Fresh Tropical, they'll want to continue their good form. As we have Baljit coming in just as a bit of a practice. Yeah, the skipper will be opening the bowling, Baljit Singh, for Bergamo CC. Bowling to Zain Naqvi, who's very, very important for this Fresh Tropical side. As is Baljit for Bergamo CC. Mahash is the other opener, who batted very well yesterday. So 89 to win. Good contest first up in the day. Here comes Baljit, bowling to Naqvi. And good ball straight up. Just a single, uses his height well, does Baljit. That's a good Yorker length delivery, bit of swing as well. Good start. Let's have another look. Swung, it's a really good ball first up, and the batsman did very well to get bat on it. Now bowling to Mahash. Again, swinging the delivery. Yeah, bowler goes and picks up his own crumbs, and no run. Good start here from Baljit. So it's match 31 in this tournament. 55 games all up. Baljit comes in again, bowling to Mahash. Just prodded down to point, no run again. Not taking too many risks is the batsman yet with the swinging ball. So there are 11 teams in this tournament, and the top 4 get into the finals Friday. Each team plays each other team once, which is a very interesting format, very good format. Fair for all teams. Baljit comes in again, bowling to Mahash. This one's turned around the corner, just over the man at square leg. It won't reach the boundary. They look for 2. They should get it very comfortably. And not a very convincing shot there from Mahash, and just over the man there. And so in the circle at square leg. Have another look at it. Just couldn't quite reach it. And that was Rahim Qureshi out there. Good bowling though. Baljit comes in again. This time just a little late swing. Goes to mid-on where Kamaljeet Singh picks it up. Just another single, very, very nervy start here from Fresh Tropical. Naqvi though, he's the one that they want to try to get most of the runs from. And it's nicely hit through the covers and just picked up, just be a single. They'll look for 2, there's a bit of a fumble, and that was very well run. As you saw, that little fumble just indicated to the batsman they should take off, and that's what I think it's a little bit of an unwritten rule between batsmen. As we see, there's 18 matches since the Golden Ball. Almost had one last night. It was a 2-run victory to Chivadate over Cricket Stars. But yeah, going back to that, I think it's just an accepted rule now, I think, for a lot of these top batsmen, that if there's a fumble in the field, that they'll take off straight away for the second. And it puts pressure on the fielders. And sometimes we see run-outs, but often we just see the score being pumped up, and a 1 is turned into 2. So very, very good running between the wickets between these two.
Hello viewers and welcome back. Unfortunately, I'm the bearer of bad news. I think most of you had already guessed that the way that this ground has been affected by the rain the last sort of 48 hours, you could say, it's taken its toll. There's a lot of water that is not going down quick enough. There's a lot of patches around the ground which is making it impossible to play the game of cricket. And of course, the umpires, having done several pitch inspections, have decided that it is still unfit and unsafe to play. So with sadness, I'm going to have to say that the day has now been called. So this match day has been abandoned. But of course, we do have tomorrow to look forward to. Let's take a look at some of the fixtures that we have got coming up tomorrow. Some big teams will be in action there. But hopefully we'll have a better day tomorrow and the two of us will enjoy calling some very good games. I want to say thank you for your understanding today. It's a difficult situation, of course. I know that you're frustrated, but spare a thought for the players and all of us who are here at the venue wanted to bring you some great live action. But unfortunately today, because of the weather, we haven't been able to do it. So thank you for your support for European cricket, and we hope that you'll join us tomorrow for what hopefully will be a much better and more productive day. Esta mañana, mi familia.